Hello, everybody! Welcome! Yeah, you know what? I'm really energetic for how early in the morning it is for me, and, likely some of you night owls might also, from the US, be, struggling to get some coffee down this morning, but you know what? You better chug it, because it's time for OOTR. The EU Weekly starts now! Second time in the booth for the second day in the row, but I'll be taking a little bit of a back seat because I'm just gonna manage what's on the background. The real voices of today are Star and Estancia. So please say hello.
You have way too much energy. Like, okay, I can see where all my energy is, and it's over at Crimson, eh?
Here, borrow some of mine. I already have 2 coffees in.
I don't drink coffee.
You could take the caffeine extract directly from me and just say, well, I have caffeine now. Yeah, but anyway,
I'm just going to leave the dubious silence in response to that.
Hey, you know what? Silence is actually my job today. So you guys take it away. Have fun with the OTR. I'm excited to watch. Bam.
Alright, thanks, Grim. So yes, we've got ourselves the EU Weekly here with Words for Swords, Jimbo, Yoshizor, and Tanjo on Restream. Got ourselves some new settings this week.
Yeah, I have very deliberately not looked at the new settings because I wanted to give some conversation and hear what Twitch has, because it's all very well suggesting new settings, but I prefer to see them actually in play as well.
Yep. So, particular notable things. This is somewhat a Season 5, except for we have Wave the Hero hints, we have CTMC, we have the chest texture mages content, as well as chest size mages content. We start with Prelude, as well as a free child Zelda, so one of these song checks will be replaced by an item. It is open, and it is open deku.
Wait, hang on. So it's not full song shuffled in with everything.
No, we just start with a song, which causes one of these song checks to be an item. Like, we start with a song that's not free child Zelda, that is.
Right, okay, so do we get 2 songs automatically, or do we just get Prelude?
Prelude guaranteed, and then free child Zelda can give us a song or an item. Any one of the 12 song checks can be an item, but today I believe we're starting with a Nocturne as well as Prelude, so that is...
Yep.
So one of our other 11 song checks will be an item.
Yeah, no, I quite like that. I don't like the idea of having full songs shuffled in, because you know me, I am pretty much always speaking on behalf of making the weeklies more accessible, making them easier for people to just pick up.
Yeah, and Song Sandy's are particularly challenging.
Yeah, one of them being swap for an item to get the free Prelude seems like a good compromise. Also, I have refilled the bird feeders, so we might get squabbly starlings.
You might, as it looks like we're spawning in Zora's River from Domain.
Oh, and, that's interesting.
Ice Cavern has ZL, lol, which only is possible if you're,
He's literally the hintstone right there, and we spawn right there. So
yes, which it needs to be in order for us to be able to access Ice Cavern without ZL. Perfect. That does not work, words. Not sure what you...
Sorry, words. But yes, Zelda's Lullaby is in Ice Cavern, which, if this weren't random spawns, would not be possible. But yeah, we just got it hinted about 2 feet from the spawn position, which was the side of the waterfall we needed to be to get it.
Yep. Oh, we've got a major item here. That is a bow in the River Grotto. And I totally missed the hint. Which is, OGC instead. Not too bad.
We go now.
Okay, it is kind of a meme, but it is a meme that has, like, a very slim outside possibility of being able to happen, and it just did.
Yep. By the way, somebody's being very chatty in the background of your end, and I can hear it. Totally was this graveyard hint. Medallions, Jabu, water. We start with fire medallion, shadow, forest, and fire, which makes Deku, DC, and Spirit our stones today. 40 is dead from the graveyard hint. Thank you. As we see here, was it 40-30? I think that was actually for words.
Hey, Lon Lon Ranch is Way of the Hero.
I just totally goofed all 4 Temple of Time hints.
One of them was the repeat of the Gerudo Valley Foolish, one of them was Lon Lon Way of the Hero. Kinra is saying Ocarina of Time song is the item and it is dead.
Thank you.
And Virgil seems to be saying Fire Way of the Hero, which means this might qualify as being almost like an Astantia seed.
Fun. This is actually a Crimson Ace seed, so we'll see how that goes. Bomb Shoes off the Man on Roof is a very nice find.
Tanjo, like, Dampe is out for blood today.
Hyrule Castle is foolish for Yoshi, who gets a strength upgrade here in what I think is open. Back at Cat.
I mean, I'm not complaining about getting a strength.
Yeah, very nice to have. Always required. Spirit is a stone, but we do need at least 1 strength to be able to beat Forest Temple after all. And Dampe Race is useless. Windmill Song is Serenade. So because we started with a song at all the songs will have you hold the song above your head. I think it's been a thing for a bit anyway.
It is quite a pretty model, the music notes in all the different colours. Though I think one of the songs doesn't have a colour which makes sense for it, and I can't remember which one it is.
All of them have colors. It's on the item selected. Some songs are grayed out, but all of them do. Goron Tunic on Shieldgrave, and I totally spazzed the cow item for Yoshi. But no, every single song has a color.
Oh yes, I know. It's just I think that one of the colours I don't think quite matched the actual song it was from. And yes, Wallet was on cow.
Thank you. So there are pairs of songs for colors purposes. Minuet and Sarias are green, which makes sense. Bolero and Zeal are red. Serenade and Song of Time are blue. Nocturne and Storms are purple, and Requiem and Eponas are orange.
Yeah, I think it was Zelda's Lullaby being red that kept confusing me.
Gotcha. Our idle archery game here, giving a Hylian shield, kind of odd to do it 4 minutes in, but hey, that's how the scene goes. But yes, the song sanity variant of my notes sheet this time, or the variants of my notes sheet when it has song sanity built in Estantia include include the colors on the notes sheet itself to help remember which color they are. Also, speaking of colors, as Tanjo completely misses a red rupee there, what tunic color do you like the most today?
I mean, I do actually quite like the classic green, but Yoshi's got a really nice lilac going, and I can't remember what Tanjo has.
I can't tell either, but I do like this current color of that Yoshi's got.
Yeah, it's a nice kind of pale lilac. I do like it. It's not too in your face. Oh, Tanjo's losing the colour war. That is the unflattering shade of peachy orange.
That is not a good one, no. Also,
I love oranges, they just don't look good on Link half the time.
No. Also, I am having a brain fart and I'm a bit tired, so I totally goofed what actual color you were saying when you said lilac. Apparently my brain is not doing your accent at the moment, sorry. I'm getting there. I'll get used to it in the next, we're gonna be here for a few hours, so,
Yeah, it's fine. It might also be that maybe I do have the slight trail end of a cold, so my accent may be slightly different to normal. Also tired.
Yeah, it has been a while since we last CoCon, so it's nice to do so again.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
because the last...
runs full orange on all tunics in OOTR. Thank you for the info in chat.
I mean, I do like oranges. It's just that's not the nicest orange.
No.
Like, there are better oranges.
Yeah, there are. Alright, time to head up DMT for words. That is only the 5-pack of Choose Off the Man on Roof, which is not great.
Oh, Jimbo's bow is green.
Oh yeah, he generated the seed on one of our dev branches. I don't think it's on the dev branch this is generated on, but one of our dev branches let you customize additional model colors, including that.
Oh, I thought that was just included in the main thing there.
I don't remember, honestly. A lot of the seeds I gen are on various dev branches. I have like 16 of them on my computer. I have like 16 different offline versions of the randomizer on my computer right now. So I lose track of what's where at times when it comes to minor things like that compared to, things like Rupee Mania. As Andrew gets that 5-pack of shoes, and OoT is still dead.
Yeah, something that Twitch chat are noting. All we need for the Forest Starter Kit is Hookshot and Access.
Yeah, and they don't give 2 hacks about access.
Well, they might care about the logic in order to find something useful.
Yeah, but that won't stop them going in, considering it's the medallion.
Oh no, it really won't, but...
Just as a note. Harpies
yeah,
here
that
in the
does
DC
look
lobby.
like Scale. I think I'm agreeing with Lava Plume here. That looks like Scale on top of Stongo's Cavern.
Yeah, I totally missed it and have terrible eyesight, so I will take your word for it. We'll see here anyway for Jimbo.
It was a shiny silver triangle inside a blue sphere.
That is indeed. Yoshi's already peeking the DMT wall, telling us that that is just a small chest with nothing in it.
So, speaking of chest texture matches contents, what are the differences between this and chest size matches contents, and what colour all the different textures?
So we've already seen that the major items are instead of just are now in big chests with gold edging and a Triforce symbol on them. We most recently saw that from the strength upgrade in the back of CAC. Big keys are still boss keys are still in the boss key chests, which are also big since it is additionally CSMC. So the CSMC CTMC settings are distinct now, but we have them both on. So big chests are in gilded big chests now for these settings as typical. Small keys are in grayed out versions of those big chests and small. And we won't be, and then just junk items are in small chests, plain chests like that for Yoshi. We will not be seeing that in these settings, but Token Sanity will add a special spiderweb texture for tokens and chests.
Okay, I kind of want to see that spiderweb texture because that sounds kind of amazing.
It's pretty neat. If you dig around the OTR Discord, I'm pretty sure there's a picture somewhere. I think someone in chat might be able to send you a link as well. And this is what I mean by the big major item texture here. As it gets strength 2, alrighty.
Well, that's a very early strength 2.
That is.
Is Spirit one of our things that we need to care about?
No, it's our Thora Sapphire, so they don't really want to see that.
I mean, I wonder what else it could be used for. Either that or it's just like, you will get your strength 1 by come hell or high water.
Songs wouldn't be treated as major items in songs if it was true song sanity. So the same texture as that big chest, as that strength 2 we saw there for words. 30 is okay. 30 is dead. And that's Dins on the DC bridge.
That was a Desolate Colossus something hint, but I missed it.
I also completely missed it. Hopefully Chedge catches it.
They'll head to the Forest Maze eventually.
check on it. As causes his Way of the Heroes to get Song of Time off Minuet, and a hint that Shoot the Sun is a bombastic game.
I mean, we do have the bow.
We don't have a single hookshot, though.
Oh, was that Colossus Way of the Hero?
It was. Chat confirmed. Shoot the Sun bomb bag. Is that we don't have a single hookshot. We need 2 for that.
Okay, but I would note. So usually bombs would kind of already be set off if they were in the sun. So clearly that means that these bombs must be made out of the sun.
Maybe.
Sun bombs! Spread light as well as explosions. That would be an interesting Zelda item, actually. Having light explosions.
Shoot the Sun, for clarification, is behind... depending on so in these settings, Shoot the Sun is behind bow and long shot. That can change depending on what other settings you might have. Essentially, you need bow and a way to get to the platform. In these settings, that's the Scarecrow or beating Morpha. Which is the Scarecrow or beating Morpha to fill the lake up. Since it is not Dungeon ER, and we don't have Ocarina Shuffle, that essentially means that once we spawn once we get Longshot, we can get over to that platform. In other settings, if you have Ocarina Shuffle, you could actually get your first Ocarina on Shoot the Sun if you get certain other things combined to make it possible to beat Morpha to get that platform. Or various other stupid things. That can get complicated. Poor Yoshi missing a chew on the DC ice here. But that is your simpler version of what logic actually exists there. Speaking of the Scarecrow, Jimbo's in Child Lake and is activating it.
For reference, when we say Dungeon ER, we mean Dungeon Entrance Randomizer, which means you can walk into the entrance of Dodongo's Cavern and end up in water.
Why is Golden Gauntlets at King Dodongo?
This Dodongo's Cavern appears to just be the strengthiest strength dungeon.
So it seems.
The strengthiest strength that ever strengthed, and yes, we do have a Latin document saying that.
And yes, OGC is dead too, just because, well... OGC was scented as a sometimes sent, to clarify, that's why it's not. Dodongo's Gym. You're not wrong, Kategorio.
I do like that, Dodongo's Gym. Can we just keep that?
And a slingshot off child fishing.
Well, at least it's age appropriate.
And it is. Yoshi, unfortunately, due to missing a chew on the eyes, cannot get Strength 3 for now. We'll have to come back later for explosives if he wants that. In Dungeon Entrance Rando, beating Morpha specifically is what fills Lake Hylia. So if it is Ocarina Shuffle and it could be certain types of Key Sanity, or if you have Tricks on for ZL-less Gold Scale Water, there's a few different possibilities depending on your settings that can make beating Morpha without a to do Shoot the Sun for that to do get some Netlocks and Ocarina is possible. It's dumb, but it is possible.
What bridge settings do we have? It's all 6 medallions, right?
6 medallions and open Ganon's Castle, Ganondorf doors. We find a purple rupee off the field scrub.
We're rich. We only paid 10 rupees for the 50. Let's not ask too many questions.
I think there's at least one major item in the maze, so Yoshi's going for it. Here's Strength 3 for Tanjo, and they find that fire is still Way of the Hero in the Field Open Grotto.
Yeah, it's really interesting. People always tend to forget that Strength 2 is also logical access to the Goron Maze.
Yep, 40 Skulls is still dead, and that is a wallet.
That is a second wallet.
Yes, it is. We're gonna see the medical run hint here for words. And that is another hurt. We'll see what the remote grotto is here for Jimbo. We're seeing some interesting divergence. His base cavern is still ZL. I totally missed what the hint was for Jimbo. Whoops.
That looked like it was something about either Kakariko or Wallet.
No, the wallet and Kak was on Impacab, which isn't hintable in these settings.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it was something else then.
Hopefully someone in chat read it, because I didn't. We went back to Way of the Hero, but I don't think the Way of the Hero commands have been added back to the dashboard, so we're just using the path command.
Out of interest, why was Way of the Hero chosen over Path?
Someone who knows that answer can tell you, because I don't.
I mean, I like it because it encourages you to fall clear and it doesn't make it super obvious.
Did I miss adding something to the dashboard?
No, Krim, Trez hasn't updated the dashboard yet, so you're fine to use the path command.
Gotcha.
Ooh, 2 big chests and Mitos. Let's see. Nehru's Love.
Mido's hopeful.
And hover boots. That's not too bad.
I will happily take hover boots, thank you.
Why isn't Jimbo going ranch? He's got other places to be. Looks like he'll get there eventually. And yes, CL is a nice lol.
Like someone said about wanting Paradox Letter, but we've got Zelda's Lullaby and Ice. That's enough of a meme.
Yep. Did anybody? But yeah, can someone VOD dive to check what the remote grotto hint was? Because I entirely missed it. As words is finding hammer chest is dead here in the Lost Woods Bomb Grotto. And Tanjo seeing that hint as well, I think it's from the same grotto.
Flame Dancer. Flame Dancer is a blue rupee.
No, I know. I know the hint. I think Tanjo got it from the same grotto that Words did. More choosing the Kokiri sword chest is nice to have.
Milo getting ignored. Oh, Yoshi's going for the glitchless jump onto the top of the maze. We love to see it.
Yep, and welcome in, Serious Chord rating with a party of 7. Welcome into the EU Ocarina of Time Randomizer EU Weekly here. We're 19 minutes in, and we're just plugging through the early game, basically, at this point. The market is foolish in back leg here for Tanjo.
That's nice to see. That's a lot of checks out the way.
And there's the same copy of the hint at the Deku Tree for Jimbo.
It was Open Ganon Boss Key.
Yeah. Not Open Bridge, distinction there. Sunsong Grave is dead.
Yeah, like the hints in this seed have been really useful.
They have. Yoshi taking a good long stare at what is that hint? And there's the other copy of Hammer Chest at the Lake Lamp here. I think the remote grotto might have been Sunsong Grave, now I think about it. I don't think it was Bigoron Skullmasker 50 Skulls, which we're all missing, but I could be wrong. And yes, bro, hello. We have Strength 3 already, yes. Because 2 of them were in DC. It is Open Deck.
Oh, I hadn't realised it was Open Deck instead of closed. That's interesting.
I mentioned it at the beginning of the seed, but it's been a bit.
That's fair. There was a lot of information coming through at once. I probably missed it.
We're looking in all directions. OoT teaches something dead, yeah. Kokiri Forest Hint, 50 Skulls is dead. Excellent. No Skulls Day. Or at least not the high count.
Ooh, fires! Yep, Zelda's Lullaby in ice, because usually Ice Cavern is locked by Zelda's Lullaby, so it can't be.
Yeah, OoT teaches the parts. I'm digging just a blue bee.
Pepperoni, we are given Prelude at the start as a free item in these settings.
Yep,
So
so-
that means one of the song checks had to be an item to compensate for that song being given to us free.
And that can be any one of the 12 song checks, which today happened to be the Ocarina of Time song.
Like, no, really, this is not an all dungeon seed for the reward for the Ocarina of Time.
It really isn't, unless you really, really wanted that heart piece, I guess.
Yep, Yoshi was not able to finish Dodongo's Cavern. Sad, but true.
He unfortunately missed a chew while blowing up the eyes. I have no idea what that is. DC is Way of the Hero. Who'da thunk? I think it's for Dins.
And yes, together comic, so Ocarina of Time could have been a mirror shield. In this particular case, it was like a piece of heart.
Yeah, actual piece of heart, because I just saw that hint again from words. Requiem for Yoshi gets us access to Way of the Hero Colossus here, and Requiem Crater gives us access to Way of the Hero Colossus.
I will
Yeah,
happily take
DC
that
Way of the
access.
Hero confirmed for Dins. There were also 2 strengths in there. The strengths don't have to be Way of the Hero. Dins is confirmed.
I mean, if it is Strength Way of the Hero, then there is realistically only really 2 likely options, which is there's something in Light Trial or there's something in Spirit Temple.
Well, not necessarily stunned here, because the second strength is locked. Yeah, Spirit Temple, I guess. Yeah, never mind, because I was going to say, because it could be Strength 2 or Strength 3. Oftentimes they're interchangeable, especially because they're in the same location with relatively low item requirements like this, but today we don't have any bomb banks yet, and we know one's on Shoot the Sun with no sign of Longshot. As we find Song at the Colossus, that's a decent chance of being Way of the Hero.
Yeah, I was about to say, that could very easily be Way of the Hero for access to Forest Temple.
Yep,
And see, this is why occasionally Mido skip matters when you're thinking about logic.
yeah. Will still be good to check Skull Kid and all that, of course.
Oh hey, so there's bomb chews on Goma. So if Yoshi decides to go Child and do Deku, he'd get the chews in order to beat Dodongos.
He'll also get shoes from Kokiri Sword Chest, which will be good for him, because he unfortunately ran out of... he unfortunately missed 1 shoe earlier, which just feels bad.
Yeah, but his route's basically going to kind of help him with that if he goes through all the child checks, and then he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Why do bombs have to come into this?
The Strength 2 and Strength 3 are not don't have good. Yeah. If Strength 2 turns out to be if DC turns out to be double Way of the Hero, for instance, it could be Strength 2 or Strength 3 depending where the bombs are. Because
Oh right, because Strength 3 is bomb locked, but Strength 2 isn't. Right, got it.
Yeah. That command needs an update. DC's Way of the Hero for Dins and possibly for Strength 2 or Strength 3. Colossus is song right now. Lasso's Bird Scrub giving us a refund, can't complain, as we find out Skullmask is still dead, from the Deku Tree. I think I missed that one earlier. Did a VOD dive into Jimbo's stream. Remote Grotto Hint was a copy of one of our spells hints.
Yes, we did see Nehru's.
Yep, that was in Meadows' house. DC can't be double the hero, though, because Fire's Way of the Hero point. Yes, thank you. And there is a limit for only 2 Dungeon Way of the Heroes, as we find a bomb bag on Wood's target.
So, child fishing is required to get bombs.
Yep. Unsurprisingly, Shoot the Sun is not our first bomb bag. Would have been funny if it was, but the odds of that were terrible, so not surprised.
I think Hilly is pretty well stacked. Like,
because the ball bag slingshot by those child fishing, so both strength 2 and strength 4 are equally available. Though the only way light child will matter anyway, due to is going to be if it has light arrows, essentially. So
yeah, realistically, it's probably Dins, not Jims. Jimbo's running. I was reading chat.
Not upgrade an Ocarina memory game. Jim's fire lid. But we have a second to breathe now that we've seen a lot of the early checks and we don't have constantly everything new going on for everyone all at once because it gets a little chaos. We will finally see Wave of Hero Ranch from Yoshi first here. Jimbo has 32 chews and 20 bombs. They have had a lot of chew packs. We've seen at least 2. We've seen it. I'm not sure where he got some of the chews, but I know I wrote down 2 of the chew packs. I guess we must have found a third someplace I forgot to write down. But lots of explosives.
Okay, Jim's fire could be link lighting a flip lighter, but also I know someone called Jim, and he had to represent being a literal moving wall of fire at one point, so he just stuck his arms out and ran across going, "I'm a massive wall of
That's
fire."
That's the hero.
I am also a Jimmy.
Are you actually, Krim?
I am. My name is Jimmy. Indeed.
Today I learned.
So now you know 2 Jimmys.
Well, one's a Jimmy, one's a Jim's, and one's a Jim, and one's a Jimbo.
I had one of the people I work under at work is called Jimmy as well. And Malin teaches us the Song of Storms.
Okay, but is it Iron Boots or is it Song of Storms? Because both of those have potential to be very Way of the Hero.
Well, Song of Storms. Well, Irons are confirmed. Water's Medallion.
Okay, yeah.
Epona's Song on Saria here.
Yeah, it's possible for Storms to be Way of the Hero, but we know that we're going to need Iron Boots logically.
Yep, even if Goldkill shows up.
Also, we have Epona's Song on Saria's check.
Yep, what is that in the silo? Looked like either 50 is dead, by the way, as well as Krim needs to update the Way of the Hero command, I believe. And that is a hookshot. Couldn't tell if that was a hookshot or a hammer earlier. So, Rich, it's Way of the Hero.
It's Way of the Hero. It's definitely Way of the Hero, but what the heck is it Way of the Hero for? Would you like it?
Hookshot for Water Temple.
Yeah, would you like it to be for Forest Temple, which is Medallion? Would you like it to be for Water Temple twice over?
Or, there also very well could be something in the well. There are 15 items behind store. 16 items, sorry. Well, we don't even have a Frogs 2 hint, so could be it. There's a lot of items behind Storms. So 13 in the well, there's the 2 Storm Shadows, there's Frogs 1, there's Frogs 2.
Yes, would you like your ranch to be more Way of the Hero? Because I'm not sure it could be.
Child spawning cack, thank you.
That's useful.
So, what we refer to with Ways of the Hero, these are a hint type in Ocarina of Time Randomizer that tell you that an area of the game, such as Lon Lon Ranch, is on the Way of the Hero. This means that there is an item that is logically hardwired to beat the randomizer seed in that area. So today, Iron Boots, a hookshot, and Song of Storms are all in Ranch. We need Iron Boots and Longshot to beat Water Temple, which is a medallion, to gain access to Ganon's castle, so those 2 are confirmed. Similarly, Desert Colossus is Way of the Hero for Saria's Song. Though these 4 runners do not care at all do not need it, to be specific, Saria's Song for the menu of Forest is required to bypass Mido as adult for Forest Temple access, and since Forest Temple itself is a medallion, we do logically need Saria's Song or Minuet, so there is a very good chance that Colossus is is Way of the Hero for Saria-san, even if they don't technically necessarily might not need it.
So, to explain what we mean by logically hard required, when the computer generates the randomizer seed, it has an idea for where you need to go, what items you need to get in order to beat the seed, and it places the items according to that logical progression, is what we call it. Logic is saying, if you have this item, you can reach this check.
Oh yeah, or in this case, it's when generating the seed, the randomizer will generate a list of Way of the Hero items. In that, it looks at every single item in the seed, tries to removes it from the pool, and sees if the seed is still beatable. If it's not, it's Way of the Hero. There is only one copy of Iron Boots in the seed in these settings. There's only 2 hookshots. Kind of need those.
Yeah. Basically, I was just trying to explain what logic was and what required means. Basically, it's required as far as the computer thinks with the rules we've given it. However, these are speedrunners. When do speedrunners ever pay attention to what the computer thinks?
It's a suggestion at best, usually. Note that there are, I said, depending on this in these settings, because the core function of Way of the Heroes still are the same, but depending on the settings, things can get a little bit more complicated. Note as well that this is where the item is the only must be available. So this is particularly important for items that are fungible, where all copies of the item are functionally identical. So this applies to bomb bags, slingshots, magic meters, bows, regular bottles. Brutal's letter is distinct. These items, which are all copies, are functionally identical. Where getting a second does not change anything about what you can do, unlike, for example, hookshot versus longshot. For copies of items that are functionally identical, one can only be Way of the Hero if it locks all other copies. 2 bomb bags in Mito's house and 1 on King Dodongo does not make Kokiri Way of the Hero for a bomb bag. Speaking of, Kokiri 4th is Way of the Hero for those hover boots.
And no one was surprised.
But for example, in another seed, not this one, if we had 2 bomb bags in Mito's house and the third was on King Dodongo, Kokiri would not be Way of the Hero for the 2 bomb bags because you can get either of them. They're both equally available. They're right next, so neither of them is Way of the Hero. But if you have 1 bomb bag in Mito's house, and let's say one on King Dodongo and the last in Hammer Chest, which is also bomb locked, then Kokiri would be Way of the Hero for the Mito's bomb bag because it is the only available copy.
This is not a Star Special, this is a Crimson A seed.
Yep. Way of the Heroes, and hints in general for OoT are very thoroughly thought out.
Yep, there is full logic for where hints can be placed as well. It's quite interesting looking at hint logic, and it's not usually super helpful, but it can be in some very rare cases, because the hint must be accessible before you can get the item. There we go.
At least 1 copy must be available. It doesn't have to be both, but at least 1 copy must be available. You cannot have Nocturne on Burning Cack and your only copy of... so you can't have Nocturne on OoT and your only available copy being on the Graveyard Hints, then, for instance. That does not make sense. That would not work. Pretty rare in weekly settings, but this does come up in some wackier variants of some wackier settings from time to time.
I mean, it can occasionally come up in tournament settings, but when it does, it's a very rare thing. Much like Zelda's Lullaby being an ice cavern, it is a very rare circumstance, and it makes everyone really hype when it happens.
We will talk Spirit Key Logic when we get there.
No! Spirit Temple Key Logic is just mean.
Do you know that that this can all vary quite a bit depending on the setting. While the core way of the hero mechanic remains the same, that gets a lot more complicated when you say the keys are shuffled in the item pool. Or any number of other things to get for Rosewind in the well. Because Ocarina of Time Randomizer is under constant development. We actually just recently updated to, I believe we are currently on dev 6.2.11123, I believe is our current latest dev on the website, and I think latest dev overall. This randomizer has been out for close to 4 years now. I think it came out in November 2018. I think is when 2018, something like that. It has been out for several years and is still under constant development. Some of the most recent notable settings are Silver Rupee Shuffle is a very recent one. You can now shuffle the pots and crates as well as the freestanding hearts and regular rupees as well. And Master Quest Water sometimes suddenly becomes the most ridiculous place in the game if you turn on pots and crates and freestandings, because there is a maximum of 123 tracks possible in Master Quest Water now. I don't remember if there's any silver rupees in that place. I know that Silver Rupee Master Quest Shuffle is still in the works as we find a gold scale in the well-like room.
Why would you want Silver Rupee Shuffle? No! Do you like torturing yourself?
It exists. We showcased it on the recent Freaky Friday. Silver Rupee Shuffle ends up becoming a more ludicrous version of Key Sanity a lot of the time, in that you need 5. In that, for instance, in order to access the GTG toilet chest, you need 10 silver rupees now. You need the 5 for the lava room and the 5 for the toilet itself. Note that each silver rupee is shuffled individually. They are not shuffled as a set right now, so that would be a neat setting to go with Silver Rupee Shuffle. They're currently shuffled in that each silver rupee is shuffled individually. You need to find all 5 in a set. In vanilla dungeons, all silver rupees come in sets of 5, so this changes for Master Quest, which, as mentioned, is still in the works. But they come in sets of 5, and you must find all 5 in a set to be able to unlock that flag, whatever that set unlocks. Silver Rupee Shuffle has the same settings as Key Sanity, so you can have vanilla silver rupees, you can do remove the silver rupees and set their flags automatically, you can do silver rupees in own dungeon, silver rupees in any dungeon, overworld only silver rupees, or silver rupees anywhere in the world. It's pretty interesting stuff.
Yes, I'm just saying, it's not we like torturing them. Let us be real here. People who sign up for that option are enjoying the torture. They are doing this to themselves.
Very much so. So the recent Freaky Friday where we showcased Silver Rupee Shuffle, we shuffled the 5 Forest Trial Silver Rupees to specific planned locations for Father's Day.
Yes, for reference, what I just posted in the chat is a segment from when I originally proofread the Spirit Temple Logic the Spirit's Temple Key Logic document, and it's just grammatical point, typo, misspelling, optional style choice. Spirit Temple Logic is dumb. Style choice.
Yep. I actually, during that Freaky Friday, Statia and many members of Chan know that I tend to roll some really wacky seeds at times. There's a reason why
everyone can roll wacky seeds, and it's actually really difficult to find a seed that is completely nice. You'll usually have one thing that's either really memey, really weird, or really mean about a seed.
Yeah, and it is true that also that even the gentlest of seeds depends on how you round it. Because makes all the difference with Randomizer. We will finally see Forest Temple here for Jimbo. This will be our first medallion dungeon completion of the seed for anyone. But so it's not here. We actually found a logic bug in that Freaky Friday with Silver Rupee Shuffle.
Oh wow! Found a bug. Gotta love finding bugs.
I
Sorry,
actually
that's
managed
my
to
day
do
job.
something that I have never managed to do before, is to unintentionally generate an unbeatable seed. I think I've generated at least one no-logic seed, but that's no logic. Here, I accidentally generated a seed that was glitchlessly unbeatable.
I mean, if anyone was
Some
going to
silver
do
root
it,
people got caught out by syntax, so missed a couple parentheses. So you know, in Fire Trial, there's some silver. There's a silver rupee underneath one of those strength 3 pillars.
oh no.
Um,
Oh no. I can see what's gonna happen here. Go on.
So Logix is supposed to read. Is supposed to require strength 3 for it, but because they made a bit of a typo with the logic, it thought that it wasn't logic because fewer tuber requirements was on.
Fewer tunic requirements.
Okay, so
Sure.
here is the incorrect logic. Here's the incorrect version of what that logic line looks like for this particular rupee. Note that Note that this can be summarized as FTR or tunic or and strength 3. It should read FTR. It should read FTR or tunic in parentheses and strength 3.
Yep, I
Because
can
there
see that.
were no parentheses, the logic reads it as FTR or tunic and strength 3. So if we have FTR on,
Wait, we've got gold scale.
But yes, that was a logic bug. So the logic thought that due to a few other settings we had on, that particular silver rupee was sphere 0. Oops!
Oops.
And we had a major headaches at Restream trying to work out what happened to the logic because none of it made sense. It turns out that to feed that seed, you at minimum needed to perform one glitch, which is to either Navi dive or Kuko dive or however the way else you want to do it into the well because Fire Storms was supposed to be available earlier. Strike 3 was down there, and that locked everything in some sort.
Oops.
Syntax is hard. Remember your parentheses, everyone, because it's supposed to be fewer tunic requirements or Goron tunic because there is a heat timer in Fire Trial, so that it's together. It's supposed to be one or function for that, and then separately and strength 3 for the gold gauntlets because you need to lift the pillar for that rupee. Except for it got it without the parentheses, it executes the and function before the or function. So it ends up functionally meaning that logic thought you could get that rupee with just fewer tunic requirements on. That was not intentional, but he got it fixed. The devs were in the Twitch chat of that restream, so they got it fixed as soon as we found out. And the control left a spoiler log for that one. Because that was a fun time. Anyway, Forest Temple's happening. Haven't seen anything in it yet.
No, but we did find the gold scale in the bottom of the well. We've got the iron boots, so it's not quite so important, but it means that logically we can do lab dive, so we might want to think about that.
It does. We will eventually be able to get into Water Temple, but we first need a bottle to be able to do ice scamming for ZL. There was a big poo bottle in the forest, actually. Thank you. Anyone catch which chest? Not that it matters all that much. So that's our logical bottle, and access to big poos.
Yeah, something I would note briefly on the previous discussion about maths. Yeah, maths is important. The thing about those maths classes, they aren't... teaching you the bits about maths is not nearly as important as the fact that they're teaching you how to think logically. That is the big thing behind maths lessons. It's getting you to reason through things and use logic. That is the biggest thing you can take from a maths class. And they never fucking teach you it.
Bosky for Jimbo. Stuffless chest was the big po bottle, thank you.
I mean, once you get to university level, they do straight up teach you logic. Also, English is not there to teach you about words and bore you to tears. It's so that you can understand people and see what they're actually saying.
In case you can't tell, OOTR logic is a specialty of mine as a commentator.
Yep. Words are in fact hard, but paying attention in English means you can tell when people are trying to bullshit you and trying to manipulate you. That is an important skill you get from English lessons. And also you know how to affect other people.
Yes, to note, by the way, speaking of the discussion on unbeatable seeds, to note that the randomizer has been out for several years. Unbeatable seeds are actually very rare. If you generate a seed on our stable build, you will not have an unbeatable one. Our stable build is, well, stable. It does not feature any particularly wacky new settings that might end up with bugs like the one I found in Freaky Friday. It is actually very rare to find a true unbeatable seed. We get far more fake bug reports than we do real ones, actually. I totally missed a BMC wall hit for Tanjo. So do not worry about that, because logic has been very thoroughly tested to make sure it...
Oh yeah, it's really interesting because the logic of the randomizer is actually one of its best appeals for me, because it makes the entire game into a puzzle. This music I love, these locations and memories of places that I love, it makes this a new puzzle every time. And that's why I really love Ocarina of Time Rando. And that logic gives me a very firm grounding, which is why I ended up learning the logic, because, you know, you gave me a puzzle, of course I wanted to figure out the bits of the puzzle.
Oh yeah, I love puzzles as well, like, especially logic ones. Like, I love Sudoku and, things like nanograms and others. I also really love the Professor Layton series of video games, which is all about puzzles. It's a fun
Phoenix
thing,
Wright.
so I have not yet played that series. I should sometimes. They find a
How
bone
have you
in
not played Phoenix Wright? It is right up your alley.
I just straight up haven't gotten around to it. Actually, you're the first person to recommend that series to me.
Do you know how many bad puns it has?
I know next to nothing about the series, to be honest, beyond it exists. We find a BGS in the fourth big boss key chest.
Yeah, actually, that's a reasonably good way, God Emperor Sodium. I like referring to it as making the entire game into a giant puzzle. Yes, we reckon Saria is Way of the Hero, because that gives us Forest Temple access.
Correct.
I realised what I was saying just as I was saying it, and then I was like, okay, fine, we're just rolling with this. It wasn't intentional, but I'm gonna let it happen.
It's a very bad pun, yes. There's a big bottle for words. And, yep, a spirit was child-locked. No keys in that, or at least the no key on Boulder chest. We can't get the compass chest because we don't have ZL.
Hang on, we don't need to beat Spirit Temple, do we? Okay, so we don't need to keep Requiem access.
Yeah. But it is something to keep in mind in case stuff ends up here.
Yeah, so the important thing about when we say that Spirit Temple is child-locked, it's about where the keys are, and it's about when you can access them. Requiem of Spirit is required to enter Temple as a child. In this particular seed, Requiem was on the Bolero check, so we needed Bolero, Hovers, or Hookshot to get to it. A lot of those were in Way of the Hero. Yeah. A lot of those were in Way of the Hero areas, but because Spirit Temple isn't required, it's probably not that weird long chain of logic that's the Way of the Hero cause. Probably.
Small key on map chest, which is a fun fact, that is firelocked, because logic assumes you use your keys in the worst way possible. Take the keys from child climb and take the key from child side, use it as adult, use it to get the key from child climb, and then use that on adult side, and just use the keys everywhere but the first child door, so you cannot get to that chest without as child, and you need to use a fire source, either dins or fire herbs as adult to light it.
I mean, people say, but surely people wouldn't use their keys in the worst way possible. And then I give you the first time I attempted to do Water Temple in a randomizer.
Oh yes, because keep in mind that these guys have all been in tournaments. I believe these were all Challenge Cup alumni. In fact,
yeah, these runners are all very good.
These are seasoned runners.
Good.
But keep in mind that not everybody is a competitive Ocarina of Time randomizer player. There are plenty of casual players, there are people who play the game for the first time randomizer for the first time every day. We need to account for them too when it comes to logic. And even the best of runners sometimes get called out by keys. I've seen it particularly in GTG, Spirit sometimes. We need to make sure that you can't get yourself stuck permanently. That's kind of what logic's there for, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, logic is there to make sure you don't get stuck. And I'm just saying, there's a reason you never see me running these. There is a reason I'm always on this side.
Ooh, big chest for Yoshi is the Mirror Shield! Wrong hand, game!
I mean, close, but wrong hand. Actually, that's a good point. Is this counted as spirit? Are the hands counted as Spirit Temple or as Colossus in this setting?
Spirit still, that has not changed. It was... Yeah.
Yep.
Logic is very, very thorough. It makes sure you... Unless you manage to find a bug, which pretty much is exclusive to the rare experimental settings like Rupee Mania, Pot Sanity, and Silver Rupee Shuffle, unless you turn one of those things on, it is incredibly rare to get a bugged seed. If you think your seed broke, you're missing something. 99.9% of the time.
Yeah, I mean, it was also a possibility that the logic could have been changed back at some point, and I didn't realise. But yeah, we normally call correct place but different chest French vanilla. Like, it's like vanilla, but it's not quite vanilla, so it's French vanilla.
Same region, different chest.
Fun history fact, though.
Region was the word I was looking for. I can do commentary well.
You're fine.
Fun history fact, though.
Yes.
Those chests did actually used to be considered in the Desert Colossus.
Yes.
Oh yes, but they changed many years ago. Like, I was commentating at the time, which makes me concerned about how long I've been doing commentary.
Yeah, my grandpa was the one that told me about that.
Wow, Crimson. Wow.
I have been around not as long as you guys. I have been around since, I started tracking, and I joined the tracking team at the end of March 2020. My first tracking was in early April 2020,
Wait,
right
what?
as the quarantine started.
Wait, what? No. Denied. You can't have been here shorter time than I have. No, that is wrong.
There are records in the OTR Discord if you look at my post history.
I choose to be unaware of reality for this particular statement.
Yes, happy Father's Day, everyone. I forgot that. Today is, in fact, Father's Day in the United States. And that's all the dads in our lives.
It is actually Father's Day in the UK as well.
Is it actually? Because I know that can vary from country to country. Did not know that.
Yes, Mother's Day is different between UK and US, but Father's Day is apparently the same today.
Interesting. Forest Basement has a second bottle for us today, alright?
Oh, another bow in Child Spirit. Nice, nice.
Yeah, we saw that earlier from, Yoshi.
Emotional support fish in Forest Basement. I love it. I'm going to call it emotional support fish from now on. I'm just saying. Alternatively, Jabu's dinner. But I like emotional support fish.
Phantom Ganon giving Jimbo a bit of a troll. He does have base cam on, though chat can't see it. Does not look super amused with Peachy at the moment. And
Since
as I
when
stare
is-
at Yoshi in fire, I am reminded this place is Way of the Hero. Let's see what's in here.
Since when does anyone like Phantom Ganon?
Apparently, Lava Plume Father's Day is like August where they are. Where are you, actually?
Well, my calendar says Father's Day, UK, Republic of Ireland, USA, and Canada. So that's
Oh, none of
where
that.
Father's Day is today.
OOTR is a very international community. Apparently, Australia. Thank you for clarifying, Lava Plume.
Okay, I know that there are some Australians that like to watch the EU Weekly.
Boomerang!
Oh, that would do the Fireway of the Hero pretty damn well.
Yes, it will. Jabu is the light medallion.
Yep, that's going to be required.
Very much so. No Ruda's letter, though. That's that's hard required for Jabu, logically required for Rice Cavern, though this lot all knows King's Aura skip. So they don't care that much, as really game classic long shot on Phantom Ganon. Thanks!
Long shot on Ganon.
Yes.
Really? Really?
Really? That's a second big chest here for Yoshi, which is bubble number 3.
And people wonder why I don't like Phantom Ganon. Fucking hook-locked hook.
So Fire Temple is very hard hammer locked, by the way. We only found one key. And a boomerang and a bottle.
I mean, it could be a logical double-dip Fire Temple to get Boomerang, to get Hammer, to get... Like, if Hammer is Boomerang locked. That would be interesting.
It's quite possible. We're still missing stuff. In the meantime, though, we're going to see Ice for the first time here for Jimbo. We're going to pick up CL and see what else is here.
They could have done this a very long time ago. Oh no, emotional support fish is getting frozen.
Not exactly, Estantia. We needed bottles before we could get here, and our bottles were recent. Really
True.
recent.
And technically we're having to do a skip. It is a skip that is allowed as a trick in these settings, but it is still a trick that you have to learn.
Yep, Skull Mask is still dead. We are missing our Big One and the Frog's 2 hints, by the way, which is mildly concerning.
Wait, hang on. Did you say... Oh no, was it... We've seen Skull Mask hint.
Yes.
Also, Jimbo and Yoshi both going ice at the same time.
So, no, the Sari's Way here is pretty much guaranteed for Forest Access with Logshot on Phantom Ganon because Water Temple is our Forest Medallion today, and that locks 2 of our songs.
Yep, Mirror Shield was French vanilla.
We are missing the songs from Prelude, Burning Hack, and the Composer Grave, which is in here in Ice Cavern, and Rudo's Letter is someplace, who knows where at the moment. Pearl saying that he's never seen anyone just freehand the position for a KC skip. I mean, keep in mind that King's Aura skip was found quite literally by accident a year and a half ago. Someone was just putzing around the seed and did it by accident, and then they spent like an hour trying to figure out how to replicate it.
Okay, Yoshi clearly didn't want whatever.
There's Rudo's Letter. Where was that for Tanjo? I just look over. I have no clue where Tanjo means. I just saw it.
Wait, it can't be in Valley. Valley is foolish. Colossus Arch. Oh gods, yeah, that could. Yeah, that's
that is
probably also Way of the Hero.
It's likely both.
Okay, apparently all of our Way of the Hero areas are slightly stacked to this seed.
Just a smidge.
Clearly it was
So
just
Kathy
waiting.
Also, happy whatever, everyone. Let's do some shoutouts. Give all 4 runners here a follow. Words for Swords, Jimbo, Yoshizar, and Tanjo. To my co-comic Stantia, and to our tracker team today, Waylon, Lava Plume, Daruk, and Artificial Red, as well as big shoutouts to Crimson A for being our restreamer today.
Pigeon, you are too big to sit on the bird feeder. Get your head off it.
Sorry, that's just such a random tangent when I'm doing a shoutout.
I'm sorry, it looks so silly.
No, you're fine. It's just funny.
The birds have been there the entire time. The starlings have calmed down a bit. We've actually got several sparrows on the bird feeder.
We're seeing a child domain here for Tanjiro, who unfortunately has not been to Fire Temple for that boomerang, so cannot do all of Jabu yet.
That's a shame, but at least they've got the King's Aura removed, so...
all 4 run. I do believe, yeah, all 4 runners are he/him.
Maybe at some point we should have a sub-goal for, like, next year when the fledglings start coming out to have just my webcam showing the fledglings.
Long shot here for Words. Ice Cavern so far has not turned up much of anything for Yoshi. And
Yeah,
Jimbo.
but we know it's got Zelda's Lullaby, so we know it's worth it.
Yes.
And it's always nice to see the glitchless jumps go off.
Yep. And Domain Torches is nothing.
Well, worth looking. I mean, nobody else is going to have done this, so if it had been something, Tanjo would have been laughing.
Oh yeah, if that had been the hammer, that would have been hilarious.
As it is, I suspect that that hammer is boomerang locked. Not because I have any, like, logical reason, but because I want to be mean.
Mm-hmm. The Curious Arms I don't think we'd seen yet, but copy of DC Weave the Hero and some junk. With Zora Diving also junk, so that's it for Tanju. For now, he is off to Adult, as Words is off to the lake.
We still haven't seen a Fox 2 hint, have we?
We have not. We are also missing a big Oron hint and the trade quest item. I'm a bit concerned.
Oh, is trade quest item a hint?
No, it's not. We're missing the trade quest item to do.
Oh, right, yeah, that makes more sense, yeah. Because I was about to say, I didn't think we usually hinted that.
No. Not unless it turns out to be on just a hint separately. Then there's the frog's hint. It's dead.
Well, okay, fine.
But no, there is not a separate item hint for the Big Ron trade quest item.
I didn't think there was.
Yeah, currently we're just really missing a magic meter and a hammer. We're also technically missing light arrows, so they don't care as much about that.
We did just see the Bigoron hint, and I couldn't see what it was. I have a horrible feeling it might have said magic, but please tell me I misread. Please tell me I misread.
Chat, who hopefully somebody saw it, because I actually completely missed it. Will hopefully enlighten us.
It's the one outside Fairy Fountain. Okay, Slingshot? Okay. It's the one outside Fairy Fountain in Zora's Fountain.
And thanks, chat. Slingshot on Big Oron, so we don't need
I am so glad I misread that.
Magic meter on Big Oron would have been horrendous. Yoshi about to play fairly then realized, wait, I can just go unfreeze King Zora. I just need to save quick because my spawn's right outside. Well, unfreeze him from the back, then tuck him from the other side after the safe quit as we find 10 skulls is dead. Nice cavern for Tanjo.
Okay, so at this point, do you reckon magic has to be in water?
There's a pretty good chance of it, because...
We're running out of places that aren't dungeons.
Yeah, it could be in a dungeon to mind. Spirit Temple is very much a thing. We have most things for it, though Magic Meter does logically lock some of the place due to a key on map chest.
Yeah, I was about to say, that key is fire-locked, by which we mean it's magic locked, logically.
Depends where the other keys are.
It could be second magic in Spirit Temple.
It could be. Colossus Fairy would be funny for the AAA tier, yes, as Words buys a blue fire.
And we do now have Zelda's Lullaby, so we will be able to check.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting how everyone has been going in such completely different directions, and they've mostly joined up back at Ice Cavern.
I mean, they kind of all got bottlenecked over here, because this is, you know, Zelda's Lullaby, as hinted early in the seed, and they need to get that.
Everybody loves a bottleneck, especially when the bottleneck is from bottles.
Quite literally, yeah. And yeah, Jimbo and Water Temple's about the only new thing we're seeing right now. Got a key on the map chest. We have everything in logic here for Water Temple, so I'm gonna be lazy and not track the keys. Since it doesn't particularly matter today. King Zora was just a nut. Shellblade's slightly trolling Jimbo there.
In other news, Ocarina of Time is Ocarina of Time.
Yep.
I mean, it could be that there's something in Central Pillar. That's one of the very few things that Two Wallets could be saying. Sorry, one of the very few things that Wallets could be needed for at this point.
Yeah, just grab some of the continually lot to keep track of with Forerunners here. These are only 4 of a lot of runners today. We have 25 races in this race. These are 4 out of 25, and the other 21 are out there playing.
It's nice to see people joining in.
Note, please do not spoil it. Forerunners, you want to find out things when they happen on race team. Finishes will be announced by ZSR, but once we get to that point, which, well, it's not that fast to see.
Hey Tanarin, Ice Cavern has Zelda's Lullaby. We spawned behind the waterfall. We have the meme. Everybody loves the meme.
Yep. Other than that, though, it's sort of average seed, if anything.
Yeah, it's actually been pretty nice. The hints have been helpful. Like, the hints have actually been helpful. And in helpful places. The main thing we have that we are slightly concerned about is we got Strength 3 super early. Like, super early.
Yeah, OGC is dead, and the only thing that Light Shock could have is Light Arrow, so we're not that concerned.
Yeah, the main thing is that Spirit Temple could have something, and Spirit Temple is a stone. But no, this seed's been pretty nice.
It has. We are missing Hammer and Magic for Go Mode. And, well, they're just basically doing progression. Yoshi's going to be the last of our runners to clear Forest Temple. Words is in and you were in Ice, and Jimbo was the first of our grandmas here in Water Temple. But I can't really complain about a average seed, because that's what this is it's average. Yeah. Not super jetty, not super mean, it's just a seed.
Yeah. Did Yoshi ever go back to Dodongo's Cavern to get Strength 3 on King Dodongo?
No, I don't believe so.
Ooh, that might get interesting. Hopefully it doesn't bite them too hard.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it for now. Yeah, this boringly, because as much as we all love troll seeds, sometimes it's just nice to get a chilled, average, nothing weird seed. Of course, that I could be cursing, commentators cursing this, because we haven't found our kill mode yet, and there can and frequently is a catch somewhere.
I would note that, like, this is the second time we've seen these settings. It's clearly shown up to the interview and wants to make a good impression. Yes,
apparently yesterday was not so nice. Maybe it's trying to make up for yesterday's mess.
Yeah, it's just showing us the broad range of capabilities that these settings have.
These are just standard weekly settings. This might be a form of settings testing for Season 6, but this is also just a race mod decided to change it up a bit. I am not a race mod, and neither is Estantia, mind you, so take everything we say about those decisions with a major grain of salt.
I like these for settings because, as I said, if you're running weekly races, this is kind of the bread and butter of what we do. This is something that everyone can join in on, no matter their level of skill, to get a race to see how they do against others and to improve. If you want to have new people getting into Ocarina of Time, which we do want, we need to make it accessible for those new people. What I quite like is, I did mention this earlier, but I'll say it again for newcomers. So we've been given Prelude as a free song at the start, which means that one of the song checks has been replaced with an item. Not all of them, just one.
And it is randomly chosen. Today it happens to be the Ocarina of Time song check, but it can be any one of the 12, including the Zelda, including the Impa Castle location. So you can start with a hookshot or something if it turns out that that's what they got shuffled to. And the other 11 song locations are still songs.
Which I really like as a thing for, like, it's a really nice quality of life thing to have that prelude, so no matter where you are, you can get quickly back to the Temple of Time.
Yep, which is basically why they added it, because one of the complaints about random spawns has been the difficulty of getting around the map.
Yeah, and this is a nice way to compensate for it without making it full shuffle everything. I really like it.
Yep. And yeah, you don't. And this also means that yes, since the songs are now given to you by holding it up over your head, you do not need to play the song to get the song anymore.
Oh, that means we don't get to use the little emote. Actually, yes, we do get to still use the little emote because people will mess it up when they're actually trying to play the song.
Yeah, songs are hard, even if you don't need to play them to learn them. Actually, oh, nice. Oh, interesting. So apparently yesterday the Adult Spawn was Wasteland on Colossus side because Logic guarantees itemless access to Temple of Time from your spawn, or access to Temple of Time from your spawn as the age you don't start as, with only your starting items. And since Prelude is now a starting item, you can spawn in places like Wasteland on Colossus side.
That's actually really kind of cool. I like that change.
And it was Vanilla Requiem. Nice. No, this is starting. Yeah, that is. So I assume it was likely a start of the Sage's Child, but Logic does have to assume you can get back to that Temple of Time as the age you don't start as, with only your starting items. This does not stop you needing to find Prelude, for instance, as if your start as child and your Temple of Time has ended up in the Granny Potion Shop in CAC and Indoor ZR, but the other age must have access with only your starting items.
So yeah, chat, what do you think of that?
Oh, also, I forgot Tantu hasn't done Forest yet either, so we've got double Forest on the bottom half and double Water from the top half, though Jimbo's almost done.
Not for long.
But yeah, it does make for some interesting stuff. This topic about access to Temple of access to Temple of Time as the non-starting age with only your starting items really hasn't come up much in typical standard type settings before until now. It does come up pretty often in Random Settings League and other things though, because that gets important. You cannot spawn in dungeons with these settings. That's a hammer on Morpha. But you cannot spawn on the right hand of Colossus. I don't think you can spawn there, period, even in other settings. But you cannot spawn a dungeon in this version of the randomizer. That is a feature that has been added to the dev versions. One of the dev versions, I think it's Fennel's branch that has that.
So
you can't. Yes, you can spawn in the volcano on the pedestal, I believe, since you can get out there with Prelude. As the age you don't start as, mind you. The age you start as needs to be able to get out there. That's a bit different.
So
yeah.
we've had 3 bosses with major items on this seed. We've had King Todongo with 3rd strength. We've had Phantom Ganon with the long shot. And we've had Morphle with the hammer.
Yep.
Boomerang we have shown we can get without the hammer.
Yeah, that was in Fire Temple in the lava room. Yoshi did not have a hammer in Going Quiet earlier. But you note also that it specifically applies to starting item. This does not technically apply to the Song from Child Zelda because it is still treated as a normal location for this kind of logic, which is why it hasn't come up until now in the standard type settings. Just as a side note.
I mean, just the boomerang in and of itself in the Fire Temple, it's not that you need the hammer to lead to it, it's just you need to get the boomerang from the Fire Temple in order to beat Jabu.
Yep. Lava Room, I believe it was the first Goron. Abominable Goron had a bottle for us.
So, yes, as far as we know, there isn't anything else in Fire Temple. There might be. There very much might be something else. Which is actually one of the main differences between path hints and Way of the Heroes. You can look at the path hints and go, okay, yeah, I see how that works, that's fulfilled, I can probably bail. Way of the Heroes? Full clear your goddamn Way of the Heroes, and that paid off this seed.
To clarify, essentially how Way of the Hero hints work. So when generating the seed, the randomizer will produce a Way of the Hero list. It looks at all the items in the game and goes through them one by one, tries to remove it from the seed and sees if the game is still beatable. If not, it declares it Way of the Hero, and then for the purpose of Way of the Hero hints, for all intents and purposes, with certain restrictions, depending on the hint distro, it will look at the Way of the Hero list and it will randomly select items off that list to be made Way of the Hero. So even though only one item only one item at a time is ever selected to be hinted Way of the Hero, the more items on that in an area that are on the Way of the Hero list, the more likely it is to be selected to be hinted.
So if we look at it from this seed, for example, take Lon Lon Ranch. Lon Lon Ranch had the Iron Boots, the Song of Storms, and the Hook Shot. It was hinted Way of the Hero. We don't know which of those items the seed picked as the Way of the Hero item. So if we are missing something, we can follow all of those items to see if they pay out with what we're looking for. We know that we need the Iron Boots to beat Water. We know that we need the Hook Shot to get Forest Temple access and also to beat Water. But if we've followed everything from them and we still haven't found everything we need, we could try and follow Song of Storms and see if that has anything.
So far, Storms has led to... at this point, it's led to Gold Scale, and that's about it.
Yeah, I'm just saying as an example, because we got so many possible Way of the Hero items in Lon Lon Ranch.
Yeah, because there is no guarantee that Song of Storms is Way of the Hero, but if it was, that does increase the chance of Lon Lon Ranch being selected. 3 out of whatever on the Way of the Hero list is more than 2 out of whatever.
Simple maths.
Very much so. We do not know the exact number of Way of the Hero items, of course, and this includes songs. It does not include things like keys or beans, because keys are in no dungeon and beans aren't shuffled. So, as we find, there's Bolero in the Composer grade, which means that Minuet is on Burning Cack, and that confirms our Saria Song Way of the Hero in Desert Colossus, because Forest Temple had Longshot and Phantom Canyon, and Water Temple is the fourth medallion, locking Minuet on Burning Cack. Logic, everyone. Confirming Colossus is double Way of the Hero for Saria Song and Ruto's Letter. We mentioned having multiple Way of the Hero items in the same location boosts the chance of being hinted.
Yeah, that thing. That thing happened.
Yep. And yes, OOTR's hint logic is very robust, as well as OOTR logic in general.
It's a pity we can't say the same for the coding.
Yeah, the vanilla game coding is very well done.
We are not in glow mode. We are waiting on magic. Also, Tantra still only has 3 hearts?
See, CDSMC, CTMC, you don't open many plain brown chests. The others don't have much either.
I mean, yes, but 3 is a little extreme.
Tantra's really just not been opening small chests, I guess.
I mean, they've got double defense, so they've got a little bit of leeway, but also...
Yeah. Note that Estatia and I are not competitive OTR players at all.
Yeah, like, there is a reason I'm on this side of it. I know I'm good at logic. I know I'm good at working out the more theoretical side of things and recognizing and even teaching tricks. Can I do them myself? Fuck no.
Yeah, we're good at the theory, dreadful at the execution.
Absolutely.
And I do mean it. I am terrible at execution.
I mean, me doing commentary for these races caused one of the people that I watched the stream of to take up OOT Rando. They are better than me. They are better than me by miles. I am very proud of them.
I, in fact, have only ever played OTR on any stream once, and that was as part of a larger group get-together thing. Bunch of us, a couple of us met up together IRL, and among other things that we did, play to C together, passed around the controller and so on. And it was well displayed why I never streamed OTR on my first channel.
I would say I'm not bad at it. I can manage it. I am far better on the DS, because aiming minigames on my emulator just does not happen. But I'm not that bad at playing. I'm just slow.
Mm-hmm.
Because it really is amazing how much you can learn from doing this. Like, even just the quick way to get through the Deku tree with throwing a nut, with throwing a Deku nut to freeze it and then running under it. I believe there was a sub-goal for commentators to do a run and, like, restreamers to commentate and runners. Yeah. There was a sub-goal to do a swap around. We don't know when that's going to be. Life has been kind of hectic, and also I'm not doing it unless they turn aiming minigames off.
We'll have to see. There's a lot going on. I know Tress has quite a bit going on IRL, and they've been changing out around the race streamer team also as of late, so some goals are not exactly high on the priority list at the moment, I'm afraid. We will try to get around to them eventually.
And that's fine, because life and taking care of yourself out of the game absolutely takes priority. We're not going to force someone to ruin their own life or mental health for the sake of a game.
Oh yeah, because this is all volunteering. We do it because we like it. We don't get paid for this. Trezor makes some money. I think he might pay Dragonbane Zero, who's our tech head, some money as well, and the ZSR co-admin, but the rest of us are unpaid volunteers. We do it for the fun of it.
Yeah, we like chatting with you guys. We like giving you entertainment. We like talking shit about the seeds and logic. We like noticing, there's warm milk in the Fire Temple. Yep. I'm not sure I'd drink that, just saying.
We will see more of Fire here for Jimbo. We'll see where that boss key is, and if there's a magic meter in here. There's Hammer for Words.
Oh, hang on. Yoshi's also got a camera. Yoshi's got a camera. We can see their reaction to the long shot.
Yeah, Yoshi and Jimbo both have face cams. Not visible to chat, but we can see it on Restream. They're not the most emotive people of all time, but they do show some reactions.
I read those lips. It was like, hook shot.
Yeah. But yes, Statty and I signed up to talk nonsense for 4 hours because we like to do it.
I mean, usually it's not 4 hours.
3 to 4 hours, depending on things. This one's, unless things go absolutely haywire, this is a pretty average seed, so I'd guess something in the 3 hour range is probably what we're looking at right now.
Honestly, this looks pretty nice. I'd say this is pretty nice. Also, I like sun bombs. Sun bombs.
Yeah, like this seed is not particularly mean, not redonkulously nice. It's a seed.
It's not even really trolly. It's not like super favourable. I'd actually say this is a nice seed. The hints have been so nice.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. It's not a jet by any means, but
it's not a jet, but it's nice.
Yeah. It's pretty decent average seed. You're playing it. Nothing much to complain about. You're just doing it. Not the most interesting for chat, but the runners are probably appreciating a nice and average seed. Sometimes it's nice to get one of these. Just play through the seed, nothing bad's going on, just do it.
I mean, it's kind of nice having the way the hero's back, because then you can go, okay, but it could be this, it could be this. What is the worst possible way that this could be way of the hero? Because that one's always fun.
Yeah, there is that.
It's not actually a star seed. It's a Crimson A seed.
Yep, Crim's a race streamer today.
Emotional support fish.
I can't believe I didn't roll something ungodly.
No, the runners can't complain, Crim. It's a perfectly average seed, so... It's actually kind of hard to roll a perfectly average seed sometimes, because the game loves to do weird things.
Yeah, they got off lucky today.
I mean, it did give us Zelda's Lullaby and Ice Cavern. We can't forget that. That is a pretty rare, cool thing.
True, but it's not... other than that, though, it really has been a... Well, it's a seed. I mean, average is also just kind of relative. It's not overly trolly, there's nothing on the skulls, it's not a big Oron seed, it's not a Frox 2 seed, it's not an OoT seed. Like, this is...
This is the opposite of an OoT seed.
Yeah, it's not really much of anything super wonky at the moment.
And honestly, I'm fine with that. Also, at some point, I should roll a seed.
Yeah, just generally, it's just a nice chill day. Yes, and sometimes it's just nice to have.
So how do you get? Do you have to be a restreamer to roll a seed for the weekly?
Generally, yes.
Fair enough. Honestly, we're just bimbling through progression at this point. So,
Yep.
chat, now that we've seen most of a seed, and now that you've seen these same settings do something awful yesterday and something nice today, what do you guys think about the new settings? Do you like them? Do you think we should keep them? What elements are you fond of? I mean, close Deku for... if this was a tournament seed, yeah, closing Deku would be great. But honestly, open Deku hasn't made that much of a difference this seed. Yeah, for a tourney, close Deku. I'm with you on that, Tanarin. What do you think about the free song? Free prelude, even?
I think it's nice to have, personally, because I know one of the common complaints about random spawns has been the hiking that's been required. Ice arrows for Jimbo in a ferry somewhere. TMC ferry. Open Deku is not open to adult. That is only available in Dungeon Entrance Randomizer.
I mean, it seems fairly favourable. It's not a big change, but it's one that does seem to be well appreciated, which, honestly, I will take that. Do you know how contentious some small changes have been before? I will absolutely take free prelude and people going, yeah, actually, okay. And having one item shuffled in with the songs could cause hilarity. Like, can you imagine if it was Mirror Shield on Ocarina of Time?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, it still keeps the importance of the checks, and one of the reasons that I don't like shuffling songs in fully is that it gives a lot of structure for new players and regular players. Like, you know that there's going to be something useful there, and this is a way to keep that structure.
Songs are also just very good to have. We've seen many random settings league seeds where song sanity just causes a mess.
Oh yeah. There was some comments about chess size matches contents. I'm guessing we'll be getting rid of that for the tournament and just keeping the chess texture rather than chess size because of the comments about you know what I mean. The comments about the shortcuts.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. That is still under discussion.
Yeah.
Because one of the complaints about textures is that they can be kind of hard to peak for particularly virtual console players.
Yeah, that's a fair point, actually.
It's a little less of a concern for these settings because they don't have skull sanity, but I know it's a particular complaint in RSL sometimes that the skull's texture and the small key texture are very similar. They're both gray.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because one's a spider web, the other is a grayscale version of the gilded texture.
Oh yeah, that must look super similar. I think it's more that chess size matches contents actually makes it possible for that trick to be done. I suspect that trick still wouldn't be allowed, but... Oh, Yoshi dying right at the surface.
Oh, that feels sad. The context trick in question is, in the invisible spikes room of Shadow Temple, where normally you need a backflip onto the chest to hook up to the ceiling to keep going, you can, in fact, actually, if that is a big chest, just hover move straight to the platform. That is presently banned, as a note, and if it is a small chest, there are ways of doing. There's a much stupider hookshot-less way of doing it, which is also banned.
Oh, I thought it had to be a big chest in order to get either trick off. I have learned a thing today.
I think you can do it, the normal one, the wacky one with the small chest. That
Yeah, and
it's
also
really
something.
bad.
And yes, something, Magnus. I did say chest size matches comments. Words are hard, okay? Songs are hard, words are hard. Why did I sign up to commentate again?
Yeah, you're good.
Oh yeah, it's just the standard phrase. Songs are hard, words are hard. Why did I sign up for commentary again?
Yep. Yeah, and we're native English speakers, and we are still tripping up words.
I mean, yes, it is because it's because I love you guys. I love the nonsense you get up to in chat, and I love fueling that nonsense. And apparently people love me as well.
Jimbo's back in DC. Did he just never clear out this place? I don't remember. He only has ranked on the tracker. Jimbo never got in here. Interesting. Oh, hour 37 DC, everyone. Jimbo chose to not do this earlier with only 5 chews, and hasn't really hurt for it, honestly. EC hasn't locked anything yet. I mean, it had Dins and Strength 3 and 2 strengths in here, but none of that's locked anything other than Mirror Shield. So you can even get that in this Child and Spirit Temple, and they haven't seen out of little spirit really, other than the Boulder's Chest from Tanjo, so.
Also, I can see Wings in chat. For reference, Wings is the person who started doing Ocarina of Time Rando because I was commentating it, and she is now super good at it, and I am proud. A prediction on if Tanjo ever gets to 4 hearts.
Yeah, big shoutouts I'd like to how for international the OTR community is. Here's a Brit. I'm in the US. We have people from all over North America, even Central and South Americans as well. We have a pretty good-sized Brazilian community. You know, we have at least one Chilean runner.
Yeah, we have a fair few Australian runners as well.
I
don't think Wings has ever joined a weekly.
And we have people from all over Europe. We've got at least one Taiwanese runner. I think our African representation is 0 that I know of at the moment, so who knows?
I don't think we have a very good timescale for African runners, do we? I mean, I guess they're almost directly below the EU timescale.
I was gonna say, their time zones shouldn't be that different from EU.
Tanjo doing Central Pillar with 3 hearts, no tunic, and doing it by having a fairy. Ye gods, Can we just admire the skill of this guy? Like, the sheer audacity to do that with 3 hearts is immense, and I could not do it.
Speaking of nationalities, I believe Yoshi. I know Yoshi was francophone. I think France, so don't take my word for that for certain.
Lens on my tarot cutscene.
That is funny. Thanks, game.
Thanks,
Lens game is available now.
If we had magic.
It's your point. Never mind.
We still don't have magic.
No, we don't. I think our other runners are all. I think they're US or Canada. I think for other 3, but I could be wrong. As far as nationalities go, I think they're all Anglophones at least. Yes, define big foes is a doubt.
Well, we knew Market was foolish, so we knew Big Post wouldn't have anything important.
Older Destiny here. I don't actually remember seeing due to explosives were a little funky for a while. We must have.
must
I just
have.
don't remember it.
I mean,
And it's small. And the copy of the OGC hint. Alright.
that's why we did see it early. It's just they never did the chest because they went in, got the hint, and then buggered off.
Probably, yeah.
Actually, yeah, Gerudo Training Grounds, magic could very much be in there.
We have everything we could need for it. Bow, Hookshot, Song of Time, Iron Boots, Strength 2.
I mean, we did get Epona's song on Saria's check, so it's been open for a while.
It really has.
Tech
maybe we should have
is
started
still nothing.
Yeah, actually, we maybe should have started a bet for Magic a while ago. Could still do one, I think.
Yeah, we've
gotcha.
got Gerudo Training Grounds, we've got the rest of Spirit Temple, we've got plenty of places it could be.
Mocha Spirit, Deep Fire exists. Nobody's actually done Jabu.
Yep. Honestly, it could even just straight up being Gerudo's Fortress on horseback archery.
Yeah, I was gonna say it could be some assorted overworld stuff.
So,
Epona is not cooperating.
let's get a bet open for magic.
Think Crimson it. Yeah. Oh, words got stuck. Got Epona stuck on the fence. So it's safe quitting out. Oops.
It happens to everyone.
Yeah, Epona is well coded, just like the rest of this video game.
Look, I'm just saying, I always speak up in defense of Epona, and she behaves wonderfully for me. She knows. You just have to learn how to handle her, and then she's lovely. Yes, I was a horse kid as a child. How did you know?
Yoshi's back to fire, so we'll be able to beat this now for his 4th medallion.
Crimson! Oh, we love you, Crimson.
Love me
too busy
too.
giggling to place a bet. Okay, I'm gonna read this out. Do you believe in magic in a young girl's heart? How the music can free her whenever it starts? And its magic of the music is groovy. It makes you feel happy like an old-time movie. I'll tell you about the magic and it'll free your soul. But it's like trying to tell a stranger about rock and roll. Where's magic?
Side note that for Mr. Parentheses. Speaking of syntax earlier, that caused a logic bug. You know, what's the point? A few of us, I think they've all at some point been to Colossus, but it's been interesting that only Tanjos actually pick up that Rudo's letter, and I'm kind of curious why nobody else has gotten it yet.
Sorry I missed that. What was the question?
I'm curious why no one else has gotten Rudo's yet, because I think everyone's been over there by now.
I think there were just better options. Like, why would you not do progression if you've got progression open and we have so much progression?
True. I mean, the letter is also progression at this point with their ranks.
Yeah, like, they can just go and do Jabu.
Which is, I'm hoping that more of them will get their letter soon. Though it's a bit of a pain to have to go child, plant the bean, go adult, get the letter, go back child to do Jabu.
We have checked Adult Zora's Fountain.
Yep. It's not Icy Waters. They've, at least a couple of people, I think they've all been there with Iron Boots because they also had Helen's chickens, and they would have gotten it if it was letter, or if it was magic.
Okay, God Emperor Sodium gets points for the reference.
I also like the bet from Something Magnus, bet somewhere magical. Yes.
I'd count that as a fairy fountain.
And yes, Shoot the Sun has a bomb back VXR that was hinted of quite a while ago.
Yep, we have sun bombs. They have to be small suns because otherwise they detonate in the sun. So instead the sun is a bomb producing factory.
But welcome
Thank
in,
you,
VX.
40 cakes.
But VXer, welcome into what has been a fairly average seed, in all honesty. Like, it's been a magic hunt for a bit, but they've still had progression to do while hunting for magic. It's not like they've so far been hard bottlenecking through one thing for
Oh,
their
yeah.
magic. It's just
Also,
been find your items, go to this other place to find more items, and yeah, their hits have been pretty decent. The item placements have been pretty decent. It's been a fairly average seed as Yoshi jumps off. Whoops.
Also, Lava Plume and I have bet the same place. GTG Strength 2 behind the block push.
And to note that Shoot the Sun was sadly not our first bomb bag. Our first bomb bag was on the target in the woods. Seal and Ice might be the most interesting thing about this seed. It'll spawn us in the river from Domain, and yeah. There's the bean shopping for Jimbo, so he will be on his way to that ladder soon.
Nice door sync between Yoshi and Tanjo there. Different doors, but exactly the same timing on the animation. Gotta love it.
Also, grab on that OoT command. Okay, Thunder does nothing except have to live slightly longer. What mean does longer life have if he can't gain knowledge from it? It's dead! To clarify, that's a Hermes. And Grim is being a memer.
We're having fun today, folks.
Yes, we are.
Words, you know that Valley is barren.
One of the copies was a Temple of Time, so I can guarantee you he saw this hint.
I mean, it's been a while.
Sure, okay.
And there can be useful things in foolish locations. Not with the loadout they've got right now, but there can be.
Sometimes. Just, yeah, not today.
And they're going, well, at least with...
They're setting their Death Warp spot.
Yeah, they're setting the Death Warp spot.
Or, oh, they might have just remembered. Wait, what am I doing?
Yep, there we go. There we go. They might have wanted the hint.
They don't need it at this point. Yeah, we found all hints.
Oh, yes, we did eventually find a Fox 2 hint, didn't we?
Yeah, first the big one with both ends was found.
And now we stick a guard on a flaming torch and stab her while she burns.
Yeah, because that makes sense, right? 20 skulls is not it. But nobody's done Composer Grave as child. There could be an analogic magic meter there.
There could.
I am currently remembering the very first race in the brackets of the Speak Gaming Live OTR tournament last year. The runners got very, very mad at me about that seed's magic meter locations.
Oh my, people getting mad at you about the location of an item in one of your seeds? Who would have thought?
To me, because they both hard logical last location magic on Andrew's chickens.
On chickens?
Yes.
That's their own fault for last locationing a tier 0 check. Come on.
Yeah, they both hard logical last location it. No, this is hard logical last location because the other magic meter was on the Composer Grave.
Look, at that point, if they've left chickens that long, it's a choice, but it is their choice.
But they took like 3 hours and something on that seed. It really should have been more like 2 hours. It was a jet seed until that magic meter happened. And then, well, the magic meter happened. I ended up asking them after the race, while we waited for the delay to catch up. Hey, can you guys look for these? There were only like a handful of checks left in the game because they saw everything but that magic, basically. It's like, hey, can you check these checks for where the other magic ones? It was like Wasteland, Composer Grave. I think it might have been the well. There wasn't much left in any case. And so one of the runners goes, checks the Composer Grave and goes, "Star, you're banned."
Yeah, okay.
It might have been Zoro Tunic Way of the Hero in Toilet as well, I don't remember. I just remember that the magic meter was ludicrous, and we could have it happen again here. We have not seen chickens. We haven't seen Composer Grave.
Okay, but also I'm still not letting 40 cakes wrong me seeds. I'm still not forgiving him for that ridiculous post-Ganon hints logic chain. Or the oh no, it's fine, we don't need to do all dungeons. It's Song Song and we've literally just had Song Song Grave hinted dead. And it's fine because, you know, the Ocarina of Time song is Sun Song. Song Song Grave hinted dead, we're not going to need it. Frogs 2 Din's Fire.
Yeah, classic.
With the hover boots on Frogs 1, I wasn't sure whether to laugh or cry at that point. We only found it out because it was like, well, we're here for Din's Fire anyway. Let's see what Song of Storms gives us. Okay. Okay, fine.
That's kind of funny, actually.
I mean, yes, but also I'm not letting him roll me seats. And that wasn't the only thing that even happened in that seed.
Tannerin, that clip is actually a doodle bit seed, if memory serves. By the way, personal favorite.
Also,
I wasn't a restreamer at that time.
So, we're halfway through GTG. It was not on the block push room because I think they just checked that. I think Words just checked Strength 2 room and it wasn't.
Yeah. It wasn't in Strength 2 room. Yeah, that clip, by the way, personal favorite. If Reg is on Wasteland, I'm cutting stream. Things got messy and the Reg and Wasteland happened at some point.
Oh yeah, I vaguely remember that actually.
We did actually go to the end scene for us, but we did not actually cut stream, but we did go to the end scene. I remember that. You can just hear me bust out laughing and continue laughing for pretty much the entirety of that clip. The Lee of Rage after 5 hours does not mind. Lost to Pirate rolled that one. I do have an entire bookmarks folder full of really silly clips. This is a personal favorite here from one of my seats.
I mean, my favourite one is still Chimp.
There
okay.
It is! PTG Hammer Chest.
Found it.
Oh yeah, I reckon I should have closed the bets, but...
Oops.
It's
You
fine.
can close it now. That is a location for magic.
For reference, we could have been there for ages. But we didn't actually really need it until now, so it's fine.
To notice a side note, Words doesn't actually have Saria's song tracked on his personal tracker. Did he ever actually get out to Colossus? Because he's still going. He's not... If he had seen his Rudo's letter, he'd be bailing out. He might have still be going into complaints, but this is interesting here for Words. Yes, and chat confirms he never went to Colossus. Words, you might want to get there.
So, for reference, the way that bets tend to be done is usually it's the closest without being wrong, but Restreamer calls it. So Restreamer gets to decide who wins.
Did get multiple GTG bets, so we'll see what Prim chooses out of all the GTG ones.
GTG did get guessed, yes.
I'm currently trying to see all the bets. My copy pasta of those song lyrics has made it kind of hard.
I see that.
I'm just gonna facepalm.
I can only see half of the responses.
It is actually crashing. It has actually bugged out our betting dashboard.
You guys! Guys! Are we memeing too hard?
Alright, it's a good thing I have 3 monitors. I'm just gonna stretch it across.
Grim, there's a scroll bar at the bottom. Grim, there's a scroll bar at the bottom. You refresh the page.
Yeah, but it's funnier to have to scroll through it all.
No, seriously, it's actually...
Yeah, I think Crimson kind of won that with shenanigans.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll post this.
Alright, so which one was it? Was it GTG Hammer Chest?
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks like Fenris 2142 with a generic bet of GTG wins the premium bet. We had GTG, we had Toilet, and that was the only GTG premium bets, and the precise bet only wins over the general bet, region bet, if it's the correct precise bet.
Yes,
so,
I wasn't trying.
They both win.
Or you can do that. Also, Stunty, I posted a picture in the internal ZSR chat of what that bet dashboard looks like right now.
Hang on. Can I do a one-handed clap? Because I can't. I need to hold down my push to talk.
It's actually kind of silly. And looks like Starlight Dancers won the bet, the general bet with the bet of GTG. That
Yep,
was an item
that's
for
fine.
bet. Oh, and while I've been not paying it just one smidge of attention to Yoshizor, he's in Owl Spirit, finding the boss key on 4 Armors.
Are they looking for magic here?
He is, yeah. He does not have magic either.
Yep,
Not
that
maybe
makes
it was,
sense. This is one of the places
I
you
have
could
not
look
made
for
it
magic.
once.
Or in fact,
No, no,
vetoes.
Also, words, please get your, please get on over to Way of the Hero Colossus. I'm pretty sure he has the hint. The copy is, I know he went to SFM and that's where the hint was.
I mean, I can understand wanting to do this. You're here, it's the right time. If you do this, it means you never have to come back.
It's true, but, also, I hope he gets over there soon. I mean, there's a good chance he's assuming it's Way of the Hero for Saria song before Temple Logic, which he would be correct on, but,
There is that Ruto's letter as well.
yeah, exactly. Which he does need. You are not allowed to clip Jabu in the standard rule set. You are not allowed to clip anywhere other than the Shadow Crusher, actually. It's just about managed to 1620, and Tender's our first runner in Jabu.
Good accounting of myself.
I'd point out, like, oh hey, there's the white frog.
Thanks for the frog.
Frog.
Much appreciated, game. Thanks.
Yeah, frogs are starting to become a bit of a meme in my stream on my channel. But also, we don't actually need Frog Walk this seed, or it would be great.
And on a different note, happy 2 hours, everyone.
Yep, happy 2 hours. Do you want to read out the shoutouts?
If you want to, you can. Slew.
Let's have a different set of voices do this then. Okay, shoutouts to our runners. Words for Swords, Jimbo, Yoshizor, and Tanjo3. You can see them. They're doing an excellent job. Go give them a follow. Thank you to my fellow co-commentator, Star. And our trackers, the unsung heroes, Lava Plume, Waylon, Daruk, and Artificial Red, one of which is doing this for the first time, so much kudos. We love having our volunteers help out. They do an amazing job. And also, thank you to our restreamer, Crimson A.
And don't forget to give Asante here a follow too.
I think I need to playtest the betting dashboard some more.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, are we going to have okay, you want to playtest the betting dashboard? Then we can always do that meme that somebody else suggested earlier. Will Tanjo ever make it to 4 hearts?
Also, Yao Yoshi taking a death to the Iron Knuckle before Twin Rova.
Ooh, yeah.
4-heart Iron Knuckles are fun.
Master Quest. You know the Master Quest DS version has double damage, right? Iron Knuckles are painful. Eight hearts of damage from an Iron Knuckle. Yeah, I found that one out in Fire Temple. Luckily, I got every single heart piece that I could get as soon as I could get it, so it wasn't that much of a problem. Look, if you're going to do quad damage, why not just have one hit KO? I mean, it might actually encourage people to pick up pieces of hearts, but that's a bonus. Please do not use your giant fish deity as a wardrobe to hold your shirts. Thank you.
Was the sword tunic in there? Lol. Sorry, I was catching up on my Discord. It blows up. It irregularly kind of blows up whenever I commentate because I am terrible at reading Discord while commentating.
Oh, sugar, were people saying stuff on Discord? I'm also terrible at reading Discord while commentating.
Nothing specific to you, just catching up on things.
That's fair. I mean, right now
what
we're
is our
just
mean
people.
percent? Nothing's been mean about this seed, honestly. It's just a thing.
No mean, only mean.
We have had some memes. We have seen meme, M-E-M-E. We have seen ice arrows, Nehrus. We've seen. I wonder if you've seen the Winter Heart piece or the single arrow.
We might have seen a single arrow, actually.
Not
I
single
can't
arrow,
remember.
not a single arrow, single rupee. Single arrow is royalty. Whoops.
Yeah.
And also I don't know who's seen the paperweight.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen the green rupee.
And as far as meanness goes, I mean the magic meter is really not that bad. Forrest is finally getting his letter now. He did plant the bean earlier, so just gonna pick that up and off to Jabu. Which I think makes Words the first of our runners to be in glow mode here. Oh, paperweight is in spirit, thanks, chat.
And Yoshijo has just taken down Twin Rover.
Yep. Jimbo heading on over there now as Tanjo is about to face the big Octo. So we're just at lights for go mode, and wherever light arrows are, they will be able to get them. They have gotten every single item that can lock a check.
That's actually kind of impressive.
Well, yeah. Never mind, just kept reading. Although if it's in Light Trial, Yoshi's Orb might be in some trouble because he never did get strength. He never went back to finish DC.
I saw someone go back and finish Dodongo's Cavern, but I can't remember who it was.
Oh, Jimbo did DC, period, very late.
Oh, right, yes. Also, can we just have a shout out for Yoshizawa's outfits as an adult? The faint blue lilac tunic with the purple rims and a slight blue reflection on the mirror shield. That is a good outfit.
It is. I like that color combo. Yeah, we have everything for a light set, so if we don't just literally find them here in Shadow Temple or on Baronade, which would be convenient, we can't get them, so there is no way for lights to troll all that much. It might troll for Yoshi if they're in light trial, but it won't troll as a whole, so, decent seed overall. Wonder where double magic is, though.
So, I mean, this is the perfect time to test out that bet dashboard if you really want to do some nonsense with it.
Yeah, it's mainly the main locations left are Shadow Temple and Ganon's. Here is a big chest, and thanks for the last battle.
Well, shoot.
Alright, give me the bet.
Light arrows.
Word it as you like if you want to play test the dashboard, but lights is what we're looking for. Because it's gonna be a good 10. It's gonna be a good 20-something minutes for Worlds 2 before Worlds gets to Ganondorf, considering he hasn't actually been to, considering he hasn't done Japanese. Got that letter. Marinating it.
Honestly, I'm just looking forward to seeing what Crimson comes up with for the bet for this, because this is going to be good.
Yep.
You worry.
So yeah, is there anyone watching who has any questions about, like, logic or how the game works or the randomizer works? Because we've seen most things at this point, so this is the perfect time to answer questions.
Yep. This is a downtime where we're in the... We had things to talk about in the mid-game, but now we're basically in the end game. There's not much going on, we know where the stuff is, I'm just watching them plug through the seed, Yoshi is off to the well, unfortunately this is not the answer, Jumbo's off to GTG, so we'll get that magic. Nintendo's playing Requiem, we'll see if he goes Spirit or GTG first.
I mean, this is the interesting thing. Okay, the reason why logic seems to matter so little in such a logic-heavy game format is because of the tricks that we have. There are several things which are not actually glitches, but we do allow them.
How's that for a cup of pasta?
I love it.
Well, first off, did you use the Cariosa finishing in first place 209 flat? And that is an interesting one. So the bet. Please place your bet now. Light Arrow, also known as Aruraito, is the main protagonist of the Ocarina of Death series. After discovering the Ocarina of Death, he decides to use it for the world of RNG. His killings are eventually labeled by the people living in Hyrule as the work of Link. Shenye is the Chinese pronunciation. I haven't the foggiest. Apparently this is for Japanese Aruraito. I do not speak Japanese myself, so I can't it properly.
I'm not sorry. And I see I wasn't the only one.
What? Sorry, I just completely missed it.
Look at Twitch chat.
Nice, as we got our last bump back in the Shadow Crusher.
I do like, of course, Alex's one.
It's not his bet being, if anyone watches the VOD is wondering, I wonder what the biggest bet the bot can fit in it is. I wonder if different punctuation methods with it, and if so, what? By the way, I'm a QA tester in my job. I've had to do this as an official test. The actual answer, I'm pretty sure, is 500 characters, because that's the, or 495 characters, because Twitch has a character limit of 500 characters, and the command !BET and a space is 5 characters. So then you have 495 characters for the rest of your bet if you're to be pedantic.
Yeah, that makes sense. But also, yes, I seen Nabla Dabla is also doing the other side of the QA bet, which has been set properly. You cannot set an empty bet. Congratulations, you have sanitized your inputs, at least partially. QA has some really interesting stories in it sometimes, but it's less fun than my partner who works in a lab.
Jimbo will be second of our runners to hit glow mode here with Magic and GTG, as our other runners are not doing it. There's the stage afterwards.
I don't think
his first bomb bag was actually shoot the sun, because he only just got a slingshot and could not have done with target before now.
Yeah, it's not the logical first bomb bag on Shoot the Sun, but it might be practically the first bomb bag. Okay, yes, that would be a negative bet. Yeah, okay.
Say bet not someplace, yeah.
Yes, though that is more of a humans being pedantic little shits than coding.
Yeah.
Let's face it, we are.
If you can't handle...
We definitely are. I have a Reddit account, and I am in a couple of subreddits dedicated to pedantry.
Everybody loves being a pedant sometimes, and as Corinthus pointed out behind me, if you can't handle humans being a pedantic little shit, you can't handle the code being a pedantic little shit, because computers are better at it than you are.
Recent funny bet. So one of the subreddits I'm in is for food snobs, basically.
This is going to be good.
There's been some really interesting posts in that subreddit as of late. It's called I Am Very Culinary.
You cannot see my eyebrow rising slowly towards my hairline.
It's a very interesting one. So here's a link to the subreddit in general. And oh no, did Jimbo just leave GTG without his magic meter?
Jimbo, no.
Oh. There's all kinds of interesting stuff in here, but I think a personal favorite recent post from the I Am Very Culinary sub is this pedant involving chopsticks. Gist of it is someone posted in a different sub a picture of some pretty nice homemade sushi with, you can just barely, at the edge of the picture, you can see a couple of chopsticks. And someone decided to be a pedant about it. Apparently, only restaurants can get nice chopsticks. It is not possible for the average regular consumer to get decent, not splintery chopsticks, according to this guy.
Please reconsider where you're doing your shopping if you cannot get non-splintery chopsticks, because that sounds like a health hazard, actually.
Because you know how, I'm not sure how common they are in the UK where you are, but at least in the US, a lot of restaurants give you these really, really cheap, like in a red.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know the kind.
Splintery chopsticks, and apparently this guy believes that only restaurants can get the not splintery version.
Do you know what the worst thing is? That is not the stupidest argument I have heard about chopsticks. The stupidest argument I have heard about chopsticks was with an intern at our company who argued that a knife and fork to make them was cheaper than making chopsticks. and therefore knife and fork was superior because it was easier to use them and they were cheaper.
Sorry, what the heck Yoshi happened to Yoshi here? He hit the stone to go over the water level.
Yoshi.
That's
okay. What the hell just happened there?
OoT is a well-coded game. The game didn't properly cancel the swimming animation here when the water level drained. Sorry, interrupting the chopsticks discussion to point that out because it's just that silly. Oh dear.
Honestly, it was only as silly as the argument, and it was much more pleasurable than it.
Yeah, I mean, yes, the claiming that knives and forks are cheaper to manufacture than chopsticks is just silly. I mean, chopsticks are quite literally sticks. If you had a carving knife and sandpaper, you can easily make one from just a random stick you found out in the woods.
Yes, I know. And just, yeah, that argument was so stupid. Just not realizing that, just trying to argue that that knife and fork was objectively better. It's just like, no, mate, you're just slightly clueless and probably a bit racist.
Yeah. Speaking of the Reddit commenter, I recently found a pair of chopsticks at Target. A set of chopsticks, a 4 set of chopsticks for fairly decent for like $3 at Target, which is like your local discount department store kind of thing. Not sure what the equivalent would be in the UK. And it's just like your local like discount store. I'm pretty sure that like any like of your regional Asian grocery stores will sell chopsticks. You can find a 5-pack of perfectly good wooden chopsticks for like $5 for 4 pairs on Amazon. It's not hard.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It is so easy. Yeah, we don't. Okay. Target, there's not as strict. Yeah, there's not a strict correlation. Generally, we have supermarkets, and supermarkets can also sell clothes and stuff, but mostly, like, things specialized rather than having a general store. And if you have a general store, it's probably food focused.
Well, I guess Target isn't quite. I'm thinking of mixing up stores lately, but Target has like clothes. It has somewhat discounts. It's like its own house brands as well as others. I might be mixing up.
Oh yeah, I know how Target works because, fun fact, I work for an American-based company, so we see a lot about how to market stuff for like Walmart and Target and stuff.
But yeah, so like I can find a perfectly not completely terrible chopsticks there, or like any variety of other stores. They're not rocket science. So this person on Reddit just got they got roasted for it because
I hate to alarm you, but I need to interrupt. Tanjo has 4 hearts.
Hey, he finally has a bit more health.
Finally.
2 hours and 19 minutes in, Tanjo has 4 hearts. Finally. Words has actually got a really good amount of health here. He's at 8.
Yeah, Words has a great amount of health. So does Jimbo, actually. Like, 6 hearts and double defense is pretty nice.
It is.
I walked away and Tanjo ruined his 3-heart run. Yes, there was one hiding in the Strength 2 room invisible chest.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, people can be very, very silly.
Really silly. There's plenty of other examples in this subreddit and others of people just are.
I mean, there's also like, if you want a special kind of British only silly, overheard in Waitrose for the kind of mid to upper class nonsense you just overhear in Waitrose, and I'm like, okay, sure, that's a thing.
Waitrose is what, your decently nice grocery store?
It's the posh one.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's about what I figured. But yeah,
not everyone who's not.
Yeah, we are an international community, so it's not, trying to explain things in more general terms as well, because I know roughly what Waitrose is. The same cannot be said for a lot of Brits.
Yeah. It's the posh supermarket.
Yeah.
I'm finally putting a close on that bet.
Alright, thanks, Grim. And by the way, Tanjo is now in glow mode, having picked up the magic meter a minute ago, and is off to Shadow Temple. Yoshi will hopefully get his magic soon, because he's currently doing HBA, and here's a big octave for Jimbo, who unfortunately bailed out of GTG for that magic meter, so is going to be regretting that in a bit.
Yeah, when's Jimbo gonna go back at this point?
I don't think he has that much left, but there's a solid chance he might end up in Deep Fire or something. I'm kind of concerned.
Yeah, concerned.
Zora squeaks out a 15-20 on HBA and is off. Here.
Yoshi showing off his nice shield.
Yeah, Jimbo was in a good spot until he decided to leave
I
his
point
magic
out,
meter.
Cariosa finished ages ago.
Yeah, presumably he skipped third, he skipped Deep Fire, he found his magic meter a lot earlier, because that magic was available very early, to keep in mind. That was available ages ago.
Yeah,
the bonus was free, Longshot was early, that was in just on Fankin with the items for that, not too bad. Like, I can see that if you skip a bunch of checks, and Curious also is just a great execution player.
Oh yeah, there's a reason that Cariosa, in fact, Cariosa won Season 5. Didn't he? No? Yes?
I actually don't. I'm honest, ashamedly a bit, I have honestly brain farted that one. Brain is not working today.
Okay, my brain did remember correctly. Cariosa did win Season 5.
Yeah. So not entirely surprising that
no.
clear the seed fast enough to I think a light happened to me towards the end of Season 5, so I lost track of the last few rounds. Whoops.
Yeah, I lost track of most of Season 5. I'm not sure why. Things just happened.
I kept track of the earlier rounds better, but yeah, things happened to me in later rounds. Particularly, I just completely forgot the last few rounds, apparently, including who won the thing. Whoops! You never lost, yeah.
Brains are hard. Brains are very hard.
Yes, it is. I do expect that we'll see a second finish at some point soonish, though, because there are 25 runners in this race, and someone's going to eventually find out. It also tells me that light arrows are somewhere not too stupid, because Cariosa found them fast enough to finish in 209.
Cariosa goes zoom.
Yes, he does. Alright, here's magic incoming for Yoshi. This will be his glow mode as Words picks up his Zora tunic he doesn't need. Yeah, Light should probably just be looking for his trial or something. That is a really nice shade of pink, actually, for Yoshi.
That is a proper hot pink. It's not my style. But then again, I was absolutely the kind of kid that was just like, no, I want nothing pink. Pink is girly. I do not want pink anywhere near me. I was not a girly girl. I may have come to resent anything that tried to make me girly. Okay, Yoshi's leaving Floor's Wind here and heading over to Shadow Temple.
Makes sense. May as well leave the rest for later, just in case you need to come back.
Yep.
No, wait, that's a point. Yoshi hasn't gotten Ruto's letter yet. He never planted the bait for
Ooh.
the show.
Yeah, okay.
Yoshi might need to do that soon.
Yeah, Tanjo,
Penetration again.
I think, is in best place on stream. Possibly Words, actually.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Where's Sandro's midway through Shadow, but Words just hit Big Octo. Words will be out of. We'll be back adult. I think Words will be in cannons before Tanjo gets out of job. Before Tanjo does.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Because it's gonna take it takes the transition back adult takes a bit, but Shadow's long.
Shadow is super long. And you can't exactly go mode it easily because you need to find the keys.
I know. I think there was a key.
Sorry, Star, you're cutting out horribly.
Am I? I don't know why. Is that any better?
Yeah, that's better. Oh, hey, Sponge, GG. Second place with a time of 2 hours, 27 minutes, 5 seconds.
GG's. Yeah, there's a key on the manager. Yeah, so you have to go back for keys, so no avoiding it. I know most of Martha took 60 minutes to achieve a second finish. That's, I guess Sponge must have done either scared or beat fire or something. The well was also entirely skippable to me for that matter, so there was a variety of things you could save time on this one.
Okay, again, I'm just checking. Chat, can you hear Star okay? Is it just something on my end? Or are you hearing... Yeah, okay. It fades in and out, like it gets better and then it gets worse again. Oh hey, Tanjo finally got a slingshot. In Shadow. See you in a moment, Star. I reckon I can handle it. There's not much happening here. Words is taking on Baronade. Tanjo's going through Shadow. Yoshi's going through Shadow. Jimbo's going where the hell is my magic? I mean, it's a really good way to explain the Doppler effect. Doppler effect's cool. Look, I'm a physics nerd. In fact, actually, I'm just a general purpose nerd. On the other hand, we get to see Darunia dancing. Aw, no we don't. Oh, did Words get pop kill? Nice. Win a heart piece on dancing Darunia. Oh, that is perfect for a Father's Day seed. That is perfect for a Father's Day seed. Dad says you're a winner. Well, that got wholesome. Yeah, that's actually really nice. It's almost tempting to doodle Darunia giving the winner heart piece and just telling Link that he's a winner. Because that's super wholesome.
And I'm back. I restarted a couple things. Let me know if I start sounding funky again.
Yeah, of course. You sound okay for now.
Sometimes
Also,
it just doesn't like to cooperate.
Yeah.
Don't know why.
Win a heart piece on dancing Darunia.
And also here, GG's to Cola, third place, 320.22.
230.22.
230, sorry, I can't read. 230.22, GG's to Cola.
Words are hard.
Words are indeed hard.
Oh wow, look at how close Cola and E-Cola finished.
GG's to Ecola, yep, just behind, 4th place, 2:30:39.
Like, Cola, E-Cola. You couldn't have made it... Well, okay, they could have absolutely made it more difficult.
Yeah, so as a side, so this was a 17-second difference. Yesterday they had a, the Cola did this same thing to E. Cola yesterday. They had a 41-second difference yesterday with Cola beating E. Cola. So it's Cola here is in the race ever saying, "You're sick of getting slayed by me, surely." And someone else I say was yesterday.
Nice. Nice.
They are not in fact twins or anything. Cola is French, Cola is German. And they are quite distinct, but
Yeah,
doesn't stop
absolutely.
us from meeting sometimes.
I just remember the end of season 4, like the finale of the season 4 tournament. It was the best 2 out of 3. 2 of the matches, the same person won by 11 seconds.
Oh yeah.
That was ridiculous.
Season 3 close finishes too.
Yeah, season 3 was actually when I joined the community. I started watching season 3 and then started commentating.
I joined at the tail end of season 3. I think my first track mission was around 5 or something.
Yeah, that's probably why I think you're about the same time period as me, because I came in like somewhere near the beginning of season 3.
But yes, similar names can definitely create confusion. It's that you should see that I have commentated twice with for ALTDPR with a KB Clarion runner named Stachix.
Oh,
and
that
that
one's fun.
causes so much confusion. Me and Stachix. Star X is how to spell it, and X is how you pronounce the X in French. So, and also speaking of things, GG's to Mashi's finishing 5th, 2:32:48.
That's not a name I've seen before. Nice one.
Neither have I. Mashi is one of our Francophone runners, it looks like here. I vaguely recall seeing a name probably around in the Francophone Discords, but don't really remember. GG's to Purple Rupees, finishing 6th, 2:33:07.
Yep,
And later are in the castle as expected.
Yep, everything started to filter in.
Alright, let's pick a winner then.
Alright.
Go on, how much did it hate my bet for being long characters?
Oh lord, okay,
It's certainly
let me see.
not as much, actually. I think it just it still mess with things internally as far as the display goes. And there we
go.
Left first.
Which chest was it in?
Bottom left.
Chickens!
I think.
Which one?
I think it was bottom left.
Yeah,
also, that's bad for Yoshi.
Yeah, strength 3, hard required. The light trial chest was the first one on the left as you come in.
Okay.
That's bad for Yoshi, though, because he never went back to beat DC.
Yep, we got one winner. Closest without going over. Wary Cowboy. Light trial.
Yeah, on the other hand, it's not like Yoshi's not going to go back pretty damn quickly.
Yeah, I mean, he's got other stuff to do as well. Now he's got 4 matches at 11, but he certainly did not have much when he was in DC earlier.
I'll take you back about 30 minutes in conversation if you're willing to have a dad joke. You were talking about culinary stuff. So, did you hear about the bread shortage in India?
There was none left.
You got it! Oh my god! Yeah, let's go! I was gonna say it's a non-issue.
That works too.
I prefer your one.
Also, Crib, don't forget the regular bet. Someone did bet left trial left side for regulars.
Oh, did they?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
Celestial
don't forget
Panda.
premium versus regular.
There we
He
go.
used the Celestial Panda who bet left side ZL, or left side late child. Chickens had the Kokiri sword. Lol.
So
Good
if
game.
this was a tournament seed, chickens would have been required.
Yes, it would have. Looking at our notes sheet, the only major item we didn't write down is the other magic meter. Go figure. Wonder where that is, actually. Probably elsewhere in Ganon's.
See if Jimbo goes back to GTG.
really hope
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot Jimbo hasn't gone back to GTG. I left GTG behind. He is playing Serenade, so we'll see where he goes from there. But, yeah, there was a second big test in Light 12 right next to Light Arrows, so it could very well it might be the magic meter. There's not many major items that could be at this point. We've seen Paperweight, we've seen Ice Arrows, we've seen all our bottles.
GG to Duke, finishing in 7th place with a time of 2 hours 36:51. It's been a while since I've seen their name around.
Yeah, GG's to Duke. Yeah, for Yoshi and Jimbo, we could be here a bit, especially because Jimbo has just gone back to Fire Temple. Well, I hope for his second magic's in here, because otherwise, this is a big time sink.
Time to bring back a tradition from way back in the day. Need to see this in chat from everybody.
No, why do we have to bring back the Monk S?
It's definitely
GG words.
By the way, 2 words. 237.49. Let's see if he wants to interview.
Honestly, I haven't written down any questions. There wasn't much notable about this.
Yeah, as noted, this was a pretty average seed.
Oh, we can ask about the settings.
That we can ask about. Not much else to talk about. It wasn't all that trolly, it wasn't all that weird. It just played the seed and it worked. Also want to switch audio, probably. Yeah, I'm not sure who was clean up. There's lights for Tanjo.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure neither Jimbo nor Yoshi have clean audio, given they've got cams up.
Tanjo, I think, does. Jimbo's got Jimbo's got a loud mic and very quiet game audio.
Also, GG to Readroom, finishing in 9th place with a time of 2 hours, 39 minutes, 27 seconds.
GG's. But yeah, I think Tanjo's got clean audio, neither Yoshi nor Jimbo do.
Yeah, so at this point, Yoshi needs to head back to Dodongo's cavern, and Jimbo needs to head to GTG. The question is, which one gets there first?
Oh, that's a good question. I think GTG might be more appealing than DC, but
Yeah, at least GTG is kind of obvious, but Dodongo's cavern might have been hovering in the back of his mind for ages. Like, I would be going, oh god, I never finished it.
Mm-hmm. Also, as Dwarf goes down for Tanjo, GG's to Words for Swords here, joining us in the interview booth.
Hey.
Hello, GG. How was the
Thanks.
seed?
Pretty jet, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess my first question is, do we see another magic out there? Because I'm trying to figure
Nope.
out how Cariosa shaved off that much time.
I was thinking skipping Deep Fire, skipping Spirit Temple.
Skipping well.
Mm-hmm. Skipping
Like-
well would save a lot of
But
time.
I also skipped Deep Fire and Spirit Temple, and I don't feel like I lost that much time in the well.
Oh, Yoshi's forfeited.
Oh, Yoshi, that
That
bad.
sucks.
Right,
We
because Yoshi also doesn't have a letter.
Letter is surprisingly tricky for, being in a Way of the Hero area, because
yeah.
if you don't get Requiem early, I didn't have the items to get Requiem in my first adult, and then I pretty much confirmed that I was at least Way of the Hero for forest access, and then from there you're like, I just don't want to go to Colossus anymore.
No, actually, here's the actual explanation in the race I from Yoshi. Apparently, it's just really, really way too darn hot for him to continue playing. There's a heat wave in France, apparently. So he's just overheating. Well,
Honestly,
that'll do
that's relatable. It was horrible here on Friday. So yeah, absolutely. If it's too hot, no, sod this. Get some rest. It's too warm.
Fair enough. I do remember seeing I was seeing some people complain in the Francophone Discords about how it was. I think I saw like one map. I'm not sure if it was for yesterday, today, or what, where like all of France was 30 Celsius or above.
Yeah, it was
like
not.
Several parts of southwestern France and closer to 40 Celsius.
Yeah,
probably the heat wave is still going, and I don't blame Yoshi for just straight up overheating. Fair enough.
And GG to Tanjo, 10th place, time of 2 hours, 42 minutes, 45 seconds.
GG's.
That said words. Yeah, it was a fairly average seed. I mean, there were a few memes. Did you like having your Zelda's Lullaby in ice?
Yeah, that was pretty cute.
It was at least fairly obvious though, like just get out, hint tells you it's right behind you where you now can't get back to.
Yeah, and then it's just a search for a bottle, basically, which Forrest delivered plenty.
Yep. Also,
can we talk about Epona for a sec?
Yes. Yes, we can.
What?
Oh, jeez, Epona.
What? I don't know.
I don't know either.
First of all, refusing to jump on that fence, which happens a million times. I get it. Epona doesn't like jumping over the fence. Now I understand why Epona doesn't like jumping over the fence, because clearly it's a problem. I don't think I've ever actually seen that happen before. And
that one was new.
I don't know. It doesn't seem to. Maybe if I went sideways, it would have enough space for me to get off Epona. I don't know.
That was weird. Admittedly, you weren't the only one who got a weird glitch. Yoshi ended up swimming in the air after Water Temple.
I've managed to do that in Water Temple sometimes, or maybe walking underwater if you kind of wear hover boots in the central pillar when you change the water level.
Oh, is that how you do it?
I think you kind of hover underwater for a little bit.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Interesting. We were wondering because that was pretty funny.
Oh, there was another meme that is relevant. Dancing Dad had the winner heart piece on Father's Day.
Would you guys rather have Jimbo on unclean audio or to go to the interview scene?
I thought we've got some talking here. Kind of want to maybe watch him out a bit. We might end up rating him depending on how things go. I don't actually know if either Tanjo or Yoshi will join us for interview. I asked in the race room.
We could just leave the audio on Tanjo and just not have audio for a bit.
That's fine.
Yeah. Um,
I'm also happy to let the credits keep rolling for a little bit if you want.
that works too. Yeah, true. But yeah, GG's words. This was not a particularly terrible seed. Magic was, by the way, not in deep fire. Jimbo just cleared the place out. Did not find much of anything.
It must be the other chest in Light Trial then.
Probably,
It could be like Frogs 1. Did anybody see Frogs 1?
Frogs
was
1
double
was double
defense.
defense.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, it sounds like you saw Spirit Temple.
We did.
Yep.
There was not much of note there either, to be honest.
All right.
GG Tanjo.
GG's Tanjo joining us in chat. He's saying ZeldaNice is pretty funny. Yeah. Yeah, that was a funny one. First hit we got right after the idol spawn. Oh, neat. Thanks, game. Yeah, it's very pretty for Dancing Dead had the winter harpies on Father's Day. That's always nice.
And for those people who don't have decent dads, Darunia will be a decent dad for you. Oh yeah, the mirror shield on the wrong hand in Spirit Temple was kind of amusing.
That was funny. You never got their words, but Mirror Shield was literally on the Colossus' right hand.
Oh no.
That was a chuckle. It's like, oh, wrong hand game. Thanks. But otherwise, so this was a pretty average seed, really. Nothing super wonky happened. You went places, you found items, you went other places, and you found more items.
At which point, the main question is, this was a trial of some new weekly settings, so what did you think of them?
So this one felt pretty normal. I also played in the NA Weekly last night and had a not as great experience with that seed.
We've heard.
Nice settings do not equal nice seed.
Yeah, I think it's challenging because it makes the world so open from an early stage, and it can be really punishing because you have so many dense places to go, and it doesn't feel like there's necessarily a right choice all the time. It's just there are lots of good choices, and yeah, I don't know. It kind of feels like that it could feel nice, but it can also leave you kind of directionless.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see that. I hadn't thought of it in that way before, but that's a good point, yeah.
Oh, and I just checked. Magic is the second chest in Light Trial.
Figures.
Thank you very
much. Thanks. Mercifully, Jimbo is back in GTG. So Jimbo here bailed out of GTG before getting his magic earlier, so he's back now. He was, I think, first to letter out of everyone. Or either him or Tanjo not having a minor brain fart. Yoshi, unfortunately, missed a chew in DC, so could not get Strength 3 then. Otherwise, that if he hadn't forfeited due to overheating, he would have had some problems there, I think.
Yeah, going back to DC at that point does not seem like a great option. If you end the seed without Strength 3, you're in trouble.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there were only so many places he could have gone eventually, but that just felt bad. Was not much good that was going to save him from it. And it was just bad luck there too, because like Strength 2 was you didn't need Strength 3 for anything else, or even Strength 2, just for your lights. It should happen sometimes, so it is. I'm pretty much out of questions, so this was just not an exceptionally wacky seed.
Yeah, if you need or want to head off words, do feel free. if you want to stick around and watch Jimbo going through GGG and then going and... Honestly, they've got all of Shadow Temple to go at that point. It's going to be a while.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to head out, we will not blame you.
I'm going to go take my dog for a walk. She's been a good sport this morning. So.
Oh!
Thank
In
you
which
so much
case,
for
I
the
do have an
restream.
important question.
Oh yes.
What kind of dog?
She's a Portuguese water dog.
Oh, nice.
Yay!
She's turning 2 this summer, so she's still kind of a puppy.
Excellent. This is good dog content. Thank you for your contribution.
You're very welcome. All right,
Enjoy
thanks
your
again
walk.
for the restream. I hope everybody has a great Father's Day.
Yeah,
Of course. Thank you very much.
Yep, GG. All right. Let's see the reaction to this.
Oh, yeah.
GG2 Perez 10, finishing in 11th place with a time of 2 hours, 52 minutes and 3 seconds. Just, oh, he's just got up and walked away. He's
not happy.
He gone. He has now walked back. He is not impressed.
He just let out a big F-bomb with that one. He is mad.
That is a not impressed face.
He
Thank
is
you,
really not
Jimbo.
happy with himself for leaving earlier.
Thank you, Jimbo. We appreciate you.
Apparently, he saw the 209 and thought it could be GTG, right? About that. He's not happy.
Well, shall we go give him our support?
Yeah,
I was thinking, well, should we keep going or should we raid? I don't have much of a preference, really.
Yeah, I reckon we should raid just to go. So, hi Jimbo, what did you think about that magic location?
Yeah.
And this way, Chad gets to listen to his thoughts about this. That magic, because he does have a mic and face cam. If you want to raid, go ahead, Graham, because I'm out of things to talk about.
Sounds good. Yeah, this one was straightforward. Again, y'all got off lucky. My seeds are usually total garbage, but you know, that's fun for chat.
Maybe my effect is kicking in again, because I did make all of Trez's seeds nice for a while whenever I was commentating. Apparently, you're just the new Trez. Look, I can only suppress one person's bad seed rolling at a time, okay?
Oh yeah, Trez's seeds used to be awful.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I guess we can wrap up then, some final shoutouts here, and then we'll be out. So.
Yeah, sure. Thanks to the two of you for commentating. It was fun sitting in the background and listening, and copy-pasting the betting dashboard until it breaks. As well as, of course, our trackers today, Lava Plume, Wary Cowboy Way, the Rook 2, and Artificial Red. Fantastic job. Had a newbie on the tracking team, did perfect today. Thank you for your service. Much appreciated. We can't do what we do here without volunteers. Let's take a quick look at the schedule for the rest of what we got on ZSR. For the rest of the day, starting in about an hour, the Minish Cap Randomizer weekly race will be taking place on ZSR2. A Link to the Past Randomizer's Challenge Cup takes place at 2:10 Eastern. The quarterfinals, Dr. Diabetes versus Plumeria Knight. That'll be happening right here on ZSR1. That's not the only Challenge Cup from A Link to the Past Randomizer that we've got going on. Also in the quarterfinals, Sir Link-A-Lot versus Krebel, happening here again on ZSR1 at 9:10 p.m. Just kind of group those up together. That's the last event, but before that, the Wind Waker randomizer bi-weekly race will be taking place on ZSR3 at 3 p.m. That's all we've got for the day. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your Sunday. I hope that whoever you get to spend this lovely Father's Day with, that it is someone that is extremely deserving and appreciative of your love. And at least thank you for spending some of it here with us on ZSR. We really appreciate it. And until next time, we'll catch you all later. Peace out, Cub Scouts.
See you, everyone.
See ya. And if you don't have a dad, or if your dad is awful, then Darunia can be a substitute dad. He's better than all the other dads anyway.
Yes!